Here they come. Yay! Okay, guys, I apologize for the mix-ups. Glad you guys are able to figure it out. Okay, give it a second because I don't want to keep getting interrupted, honey. I don't want to keep cutting you off. So what happens? I'm an Aries. I just want to bust through. I just want to keep going. I just want to like make it happen, but I can't. I have to like slow down. Okay, at least they're figuring it out. Here we go. Oh, well, he didn't miss a beat. Right back in. Okay, so right away, what he's showing me is that he feels a lot better on that side, that there is no more nausea or whatever that pain was in the stomach. He's taken me right to the stomach and making me feel like he felt so much better on the other side. He can eat whatever he wants on that side. And that he's just feeling so much better. Remember, they take me through their passing from their perspective, not ours.
Mhm.
On top of that, he's showing me the spinning thoughts. My face is like getting itchy. The spinning thoughts is my symbol that either I wasn't able to communicate before I passed away, or I was actually spinning when I passed. He's also showing me the holding of the hand with that, which is my sign that I knew there was other people with
That-
me, but I
mhm,
might not have gotten a chance to say goodbye. But then again, he
mhm,
shows me passing very quickly. How did
yeah,
Dad pass, hun?
suicide.
God, yeah, spinning thoughts. See, he's feeling so much better on the inside now. I understand. Slow this down. And what's interesting is he's stepping forward with your grandparents, like I said in the beginning. And right away, he put the heart around him and especially his dad. Like when you said, yes, both of my dad and my grandfather were big parts of my life, he put the
Mhm,
heart around the two of them, which is my symbol for healing and reconnection. So he needs you to know that he's got healing to be reconnected with his parents on the other side. And I feel something about forgiveness. I don't know what that means, but I feel like all parties have found forgiveness on that side. Do you
mhm.
understand that?
I think so, yeah.
Distance or space. So was there a little bit of distance or space emotionally or physically between them before he passed?
Yes. He had a girlfriend at the time that they weren't really a fan of. And I
Yep.
know there's a lot of straining there, we'll call it.
Yeah. So what's really interesting about this is spirit will line you up with the energy that they are wanting to project to you, right?
Mhm,
And your dad was being so patient, honey. He was being so patient throughout all of this, all of these little inconveniences, the link not working and this and that not working, right? And yet he was still sitting here gently blasting me with love
mhm,
to tell you. And what is important about that is that I think when he was here, he didn't have that kind of patience, right? He was showing
mhm.
me the spinning thoughts that which is like I couldn't communicate. Spinning thoughts can be depression and things like that as well.
Yeah.
And so by him projecting his patience now, that's just one way to show you that he's got healing on that side that he didn't
Mhm.
have on this side.
Okay.
Now, your grandfather kind of pushed him out of the way. He's like, get out of the way, kid. This is my girl here. And I see this. Were you extremely close with your grandfather as well?
So after my dad passed, my grandparents raised me.
Got yeah. Because that would make sense. Because your grandfather's like, hey, get out of here. That's my girl. And he shows me this, which is my symbol for connection.
Mhm.
Now, your grandfather shows me, he's playing the song I Did It My Way by Frank Sinatra, and he just takes me to the chest and he's like on the other side. So either his last memory was taking a last breath or he had a heart attack or something and went very fast. I
Mhm.
don't feel a lot of pain when he passed. I just feel a very quick passing. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Was this heart? How did he pass?
In the end, like he did have heart issues, but then in the end, he had a brain tumor. So
And then
then
just quick.
which one went first, I have no clue.
Because I can literally hear the heart beating. That's why I'm standing here going like this, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. I can hear his heart beating. And he's like, let her know I can hear it again. I can hear it again. I can hear it again. I'm like, okay, that's what that means. It feels like it's a birthday, an anniversary, or something like that because he's standing there with a rose. He's got two actually. He's like one for now and one for in a couple of months. Um, so this down. The rose is my symbol for birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. It's
Mhm,
interesting. Da-dun-da-dun. And I feel like again, two dates close together. How do you
mhm.
understand that around Grandpa?
Um, so I think this would be my dad.
Okay.
So August 11th was his birthday, and then August 12th was his passing day.
Ba boom, ba boom. Two dates close
Mhm,
together. Gotcha. This is why I say I can't let you guys bring in too many people. Otherwise, they just start throwing messages at me and I don't no idea who's saying it. I'm just the deliverer, you know what I
mhm,
mean? But you'll
mhm,
know who's talking by the messages that are delivered.
mhm,
So I see what's going on. Your grandparents very much want you to know that your dad is still a huge part of your life, that he's healthy on the other side, that he's with them, and that they're watching over you now, here and now. And I got it. It's like 2 days ago. So today's only the 13th. So the 11th,
mhm.
the 12th, and the 13th. So synchronicity and alignment. Got yeah. But what's coming up in October? September, October. I think that's where I'm going because he's like 2 months ahead as well. There's another birthday anniversary, an important date coming up. It could be up November, like October, November.
I'm not sure about like anniversaries or anything, but I know in October, so we always do a family gathering at our cabin for Thanksgiving.
Okay. It's interesting because your grandmother, you see me do this. Sometimes they communicate even when I'm not speaking out of my mouth. That's why I do
Mhm.
these weird hand gestures. And when you saw me do this, it's because your grandma stepped forward and she goes, that's my cue. And she stepped forward on that. So the thing is, that rose represents an important date, right? Usually it's a birthday, an anniversary, something like that. But they they will show it to me whatever way they need me to say it. And if there is an important tradition in your family where your whole family gets together and they used to attend that, you better believe that when you connect with me, they're like, I'll be there for that too. And they show me the rose for that as well. Okay, so your grandma wants to say something too, because she's jumping up and down, showing me how much mobility she has on that side, that she can help out with this. She likes to do the cooking for this.
Mhm.
I heard potato salad. What is up with that?
um, Not potato salad, but we called her our the best potato masher there was
Got
because
ya.
she always did the potatoes and the turkey.
So this is what I mean. They're going to show it to me whatever way they have to show it to me to get me to say what they need me to say so you get the message that you need to get. And if she
Mhm,
used to be in charge of the potatoes and she was known for that, then that's what she's trying
mhm.
to show me in my head. That she's coming to this dinner. So before, are you making them this year?
Not that I know of yet.
Whoever's making them, she wants to help them. If it's like she's trying to tell them, sometimes I get this bossy energy from the other side where they want to tell you how to do it. Like if you're missing an ingredient or something, you'd be surprised how many times that a soul will pass and then the family is left behind going, I wish I had your recipe. And they're on the other side telling me, just tell them to make it. I will be in their ear telling them what to put in it so it tastes just like mine. She's also referencing the children. Do you have children?
I have a daughter. She's 2.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, is this two kids? Did you see what I just did there? They talk so
Mhm,
quick. It comes out of my body before it comes out of my mouth. I said, do you have any children? She showed me two. So I was about to say, you have two children? No, your daughter's two. She's watching over her as well. They are watching over her as well. Your dad is talking about what a great mom that you are because he just showed me the pinky finger, which is my symbol that you have more mothering and nurturing ability in your pinky finger than some people do in their whole body. And he gave your mom the yellow rose, which is my symbol for friendship. Aw, he's watching over your mom, even though I can feel that there was some separation or distance or space between the two of them before he passed. He's
yep.
much wanting to let you know that he's watching over mom on the other side, that the best thing that he can do, he's showing me this quote, the best thing a father can do for his children is love their mother. And so on that side, he's doing everything he possibly can to help mom as well because he's got this, I don't want to say guilt, but he knows he could have done better. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Yeah.
And then he whistled and he's like, and have you seen my wife? She's hot. Your mom looks younger than she actually is. Hey?
I think it's the opposite, actually.
Oh, he's like, nah, nah. When you said that, he goes, "Bleh," and he's singing, "You are so beautiful to me." Hmm. He doesn't see her sick. It's interesting. So if your mom's had some health or stress issues, he would know that, which is why he's putting the blanket around her. But he's saying that he doesn't see her that way. He sees her as the most beautiful girl in the world. Doesn't matter what she looks like now. To him, she is the most beautiful girl in the world. Oh. They were separated for some time, hey?
Since I was a few months old.
Got ya. Interesting. Because then he's like, Tracy, keep up. She was raised by her grandparents. I'm like, okay, so I don't know the story, but I feel like he's trying to help your mom heal too. And I saw the heart going around the two of you, which is healing and reconnection. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
He's been sending you all kinds of signs recently. He's talking about the coins and um, a lot of birds. This came out in my members today too. Birds and coins everywhere. Have you noticed a lot of birds around you, feathers or coins that you keep finding?
We did recently get chickens, so and my daughter likes to tickle us with the feathers.
See, that's not an accident either. There's no such thing as fluke, random, or chance. Our loved ones will communicate through those types of energies. Like feathers have a connection, well, birds have a connection to feathers, feathers have a connection to angels. Angels symbolize protection, and they also symbolize watching over us here. So they will send you feathers and birds, surround you with them when they want you to get the message that everything is going to be okay, that they are watching over you and that you are protected and they are guiding you along the way. And what's even more cool about this is that they're using your daughter to give you that message. So you know they're with her and
Mhm.
you. Have you
Mhm.
ever heard that song? Every little thing's gonna be all right. Don't worry
Yeah.
about a thing. Do you know the name of that song?
No, actually.
So funny. It blows my mind. I have yet to come across a person that knows the name of that song. The name of that song is Three Little Birds.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Spirit will line you up with the symbol that contains the message they want you to get. So when your
Mhm.
daughter's tickling you with that feather, it's not an accident. That's your loved one's way of saying they're with you at this exact moment in time and with your daughter. It's funny because she's kind of like a girly girl tomboy, if that makes sense. I don't if
Yes.
because you put her in dresses and tights, but then I saw them all muddy, like up the knees and stuff. Like, well,
Yeah.
she's a bit of a tomboy who likes to wear dresses or something. Do you understand that?
Very much so.
Please know that they're all together on the other side. They love you very, very much. And your dad is like so grateful because he showed me my sign for forgiveness and that he's so grateful that he's been able to come back in your life again. It feels like you've been talking to him a little bit more than you had for a while.
Mhm.
So when you go to that family get together around Thanksgiving, make sure you give them things to do to show up for you. Make sure you
Mhm.
tell them that you want to feel their presence there and to send you whatever sign or symbol will make everybody know that they're there with you. Watch
Okay.
whoever, tell whoever's bringing the potatoes to ask grandma to tell them exactly how to make them because she's kind of, I don't want to use the word bossy, but we'll say very particular. Interesting that your daughter's right there as we're talking about to your grandma, and your grandma's showing me this, which is named after or just like, named after or just like. Is she named after your grandma?
We named her after my grandma and my grandpa.
Oh, again, something I can't know, but they know. Pulling their energy back. Is there any other questions before I totally let them pull their energy back, hun?
Um, I know this is not like it's not human related, but so I had my grandparents' dog.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we had to put him down about 3 weeks ago.
Got ya. Let's bring the dog in. Oh, he's kind of old, hey?
Oh yeah.
He took me right to the teeth. He's like, "Why are you sad? I'm on this side because now I can eat again and I can chew again and everything feels good." Hold on. He can hear again as well. Was he going deaf?
I actually don't know.
Because he told me that he can hear again, that he can chew again. Everything feels better on that side. He shows me the light switch, which is having to make choices and decisions around his passing. And then he's like, Psh, I was old. He literally said, I was old. I was old. Don't feel bad about that. I was old. But then I see this sign, which is we're together, we're together, we're together. Did you get him cremated, hun?
We did, yeah.
And you have his ashes?
Yeah.
Or you put them with grandma and grandpa?
Uh, So we had two other dogs as well. They passed away 2 years in November.
Yeah,
So I just have all their ashes together right now.
got ya. That's what I mean. They're talking to you, not me. And my job is to just deliver the message, but you'll know what it means. So the dog is showing me that he's with the other dogs then, because I saw we're together, we're together. But he's very much encouraging you not to feel bad about this because they want to come back. Like, have you been thinking about getting another dog or two, actually?
The other day I was snooping on Kijiji and this dog popped up and it looked like like it looked like I comb your hair, okay. And it looked exactly like he did as a puppy. Like I was so stunned. And to turn out that it was the same breed and they had the same white patch on its chest. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I keep looking at that dog. Not that I'm like, I need a dog, but that's the only one that's available out of the litter still. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I just keep looking at it like it's deja vu.
It's his way of letting you, two things. It's his way of letting you know that he made it safely to the other side. They will line you up with the mess or with the sign or symbol that will give you the message they need you to get. So he's like, "Look, look, look, I'm coming back as a young, healthy pup. I'm good." The thing about our pets is that they are our spirit guides very often. Your spirit guides will incarnate into your life. They're here for the good, the bad, the ugly, the all of it. They love you unconditionally no matter what. And so they will incarnate in our life and they will stay for 10, 20 years. Then they will exit the physical world and they will come right back to you. And when they come back to you, you will recognize them, not always by what they look like, but definitely by how they feel. You'll recognize the soul traits that let you know that they came back to you and you can't miss them. It doesn't matter where you are, they will find their way into your reality. And so, this dog, whether it is the time for this dog to incarnate, or whether, let me say this better, whether it is that dog trying to come back right now, or he's sending you the sign that he is reincarnating and coming back to you, the message is trying to be delivered that he's not gone. He's just over there making sure that they're okay, and then he's coming back again. He's actually, believe it or not, assigned to you. This is
Okay.
your spirit guide dog who is meant to be here to help you through um, their passing and to be here for you for the rest of your life. But I feel like he's coming back with a female.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The dog, he was a male, obviously, and this
Okay.
one is a female.
Got ya. So there you go. I just heard where there's a will, there's a way. Are you married?
I am, yeah.
Because your dad just said we'll convince him. Your husband is kind of a little bit on the fence about having a dog, another dog.
Yes, I think too soon for him right now.
So exactly. So if this dog is not the one that you get, just know that that was just a sign for you that when the time is right, he will be back.
Okay.
Mm. And then do not be surprised if you can feel him on the bed because he just said, I can jump on the bed now. It feels like he wasn't supposed to be on the bed. They can't kick me off. I'm invisible.
Um, my husband, he always told him to get off the bed, but he was like my little cuddle buddy.
Yep.
Um, but then towards the end, his back legs just gave out. So
So now in spirit, he jumps on the bed all the time. So when you feel those little movements on the bed, that is your dog. And when you are ready, he will come back to you. He will incarnate in this world again, and you can't outrun him. So the dog that you saw is just a sign that he made it to heaven. He is okay, and that he's coming back to you when you're ready. And then he just licked your cheek. He's pulling his energy back, hon. I hope that was helpful.
oh gosh, yes.
All right. All right. You have an amazing rest of your day. We got a lot of dads here. As soon as I pulled that energy back, I got some more dads going, I'm a dad too. My turn. Hold on a second. Okay, where am I going here? Melly, I'm coming to you, honey. I'm coming to you. So I know that you're just out and about here. Um, there you go. You got your mute off. Can you hear me okay, hun?
Yes.
Awesome. And your
Hello.
dad is on the other side as well, isn't he?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, my face is itchy. Okay, are you ready to do this?
I am. Yep.
Awesome. All right. Both feet flat on the ground, honey. I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay. So your dad's kind of funny. As he steps forward right away, he tickles my face, which is my sign of disfiguration, or I did not look at the end of my life the way that I did in the physical reality. And it's funny because it was very thick at first, and then it started fading off. And I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, you don't remember, do you? And I'm like, I don't remember. I do so many readings. I'm sorry, I don't remember. And he's like, shows me my symbol for thoughts, which is, and scooping out the thoughts, which is my sign that they don't want you to remember something a certain way. He's telling me how strong he is on that side. Um, oh, right. This was a fall, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And then he did not, gotcha. So he's talking about being grateful that that is not as strong in your mind anymore. Because it feels
Mhm.
like for a long time you had that image stuck in your mind. Yeah. It's so interesting because I know that you told me ahead of time that you're at the zoo and he's all excited about being able to walk around the zoo with you. He's like, make sure she knows I'm with her. I couldn't have made this walk. So most people don't know the Calgary Zoo is a big, long freaking hike from one end to the other. That's all you're doing is walking around. And he's so excited to be there to experience
Yeah.
this with you because in the physical world, he said that he wouldn't have been able to walk that with you. You understand that?
No, he wasn't. He was. He did. He never wanted to get out of the house. Basically, he was a couch potato.
So where you are right now, he's with you and he's seeing all of those animals with you. Are you with two other people? Two plus one. I don't know what that means. So two other people right now at the zoo and then
Yes.
you.
Yep. Yep.
Slow this down, Dad. He's so glad that you came. It's interesting because I know that you've been coming for a while. We're actually going to get together after this. Um, but he shows me that you were on the fence about the trip for a while and that he's like so glad that you went ahead with it. He's like faith over fear, faith over fear. And whatever it was that you were worried about, everything worked out better than what you could have even imagined. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Yep.
And then he gave you new shoes. I felt like, don't worry about it. Here's some new shoes. What does that mean? Do you
Oh
need
my.
new shoes?
So I've been walking like crazy since I've been in Calgary, and I actually hurt my foot. My right foot is all swollen. Um, and it's probably because I'm not wearing the right shoes to walk this much.
Mm. I love that. Not that you're in pain, but I love that your loved ones come in and talk about things that are going on in your life that I can't know. And your dad immediately started talking about walking around the zoo with you and how he can do it easily. He's not in any pain, but you are, which is why he gave you shoes.
Yep.
Oh, hold on. He's really proud of you, kiddo, because he said that he just shows me praying, and he shows me that you've been praying and that you've been asking for things and you've been trying to manifest. I feel like clarity in your world is what you've been asking for. The thing about clarity is that it comes in little pieces, like puzzle pieces, right? You'll get one tiny puzzle piece and it doesn't show you what the whole picture is, it just shows you what that little portion is. But slowly but surely, the big picture comes into place. And he says, on more than one avenue, that you've been asking for that clarity to come in. Slowly but surely,
Yep.
it's coming in. Did you come here on your own, not with somebody else, like just you?
No, I came here with my friend to visit her friend, basically.
Okay. Okay. So that still makes sense in my head because what he said is, I'm so glad you're here by yourself. And then he showed me your boyfriend being back home.
Mm,
So I thought that meant you came alone, but I think what he means is you came by yourself without him and that you needed this break
yes.
a little bit. You desperately needed this break.
Hmm.
Is that why you were on the fence about coming or not for a bit?
Um, so my niece was living with me for a couple of months. So I was just very stressed and I didn't know where my life was heading basically. So I was just questioning everything, and just confused with everything on where I was going and if this trip was a good idea or not.
It feels like a great idea. Let me say this better. He's very proud of you for going through with this because as you're here, it feels like there's the break in the tension and the stress that you were under there before. And he also gave you a bunch of money. He's like, see, dad helped with this. So he sent you some money to make it more feasible. Where did you get the extra money from? Because he said
So I, I
he
did
sent it. Hmm?
I did start a second job. Like I sell candles at markets, and that happened like not oh my goodness, sorry. It happened not too long before coming to Calgary, so that money really helped with coming to Calgary.
So when you were going to
Because
the
if I
market,
wouldn't,
yeah.
I don't think it would have happened.
So that's why he's showing me, he's like, I did that. I helped with that. That was me, not me, him sending you those people to give you the extra money to make sure that you could get here. Who are the two people that you're here to visit? Because he put the white blanket around their shoulders, which is my symbol for watching over somebody. And he hugged them and said, thank you. Feels like it's
Um, I,
family.
I'm here with basically my like she's basically my sister. I've known her for over 15 years now, and we're like inseparable. And we've just been inseparable since we're younger, basically. And we came to visit her friend.
He said they're family now. Oh, stop. Your dad's funny. He likes steak,
Oh
doesn't he?
yeah.
He likes meat and potatoes. He loves meat and potatoes. And we're
That's
supposed to be getting together when this is over. What?
yep.
And
That's all my mom would make for supper. Would not eat anything else.
so what's funny is that since you're in Calgary, you're coming to see me when it's over. We were just planning to meet and say hi, how you doing and stuff. But I started getting hungry beforehand. I was gonna fast today, but then all of a sudden I'm like, nah, I don't need to fast. I need meat. I need steak. I need protein. And I just couldn't get it out of my head. So I'm like, well, Millie's supposed to be coming and meeting me, but you know what? Let's just go for dinner. That was him in my head saying, we're going for dinner because he's saying that to me now. He's like, I'm going with you guys. Thanks for having some meat. Thanks for having the steak with me. Um, that was his
Yeah.
idea, not mine. And it's sitting down so you can relax your feet.
Oh, I'm excited.
He just loves you so much. And he's talking about just, he wants you to see how much things change when you break the vibration of stress. When you're in that vibration of stress and anxiety, you have to do something that will break it. Otherwise, it's your frequency and you just broadcast stress and anxiety and it just comes barreling in stress and anxiety. What you've done is you've chosen faith. You've said, okay, Dad, help me get the money to come to Calgary. He's like, done. And so as it all lines up, you feel his presence. And now you're here and he's lining
Mhm.
up activities that will make you feel his presence, things that he used to like to do. Things that, and it's interesting when I say that, I feel like the zoo is something he would have loved to do. He wasn't quite healthy enough to do that, but he would have loved to do that. So now that he's on the
Yeah.
other side, and it feels like a last minute kind of thing that we planned like the day before or something like that, he's like, yes, that is so your dad talking to you guys in your heart and you interpreting it as a thought that that interrupts the rest of your thoughts. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
He's got the rose too. Man, there's a lot of birthdays around now. Birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. Um, Feels like around mom though. Um, how do you understand that? Okay, he's taking me September. What's going on in September? Birthday,
I,
anniversary. What?
September is my birthday and my sister's birthday.
Gotcha. That's why I'm going over there. So he's wishing you guys a happy birthday. He's not letting you forget, wishing you a happy birthday, but also giving one to mom as well and putting the white blanket around mom's shoulders, which is my symbol for watching over somebody that has health or stress issues. And I can feel anxiety to the moon and back. You understand?
Yeah, I think she's the worst she's ever been since his passing.
So he knows this. And I think the message that he's given you right now is sometimes you can't help somebody by jumping into shit river with them, right? As I call it. You can't get sick enough to help a sick person heal. You can't get poor enough to help a poor person thrive. Sometimes the only way to be able to help somebody is to take yourself out of that environment, heal yourself, and then reach back and help them up. So know
Yeah.
that
And
as
that's what
you,
I chose
what?
with my mom and that's what I chose to do with mom and my sister when my niece went back home. I chose to distance myself a bit to just work on myself because I was falling.
He's so proud of you. He's like saying, remember, two steps forward, one step back, two steps forward, one step back. Doesn't, when you take that step back, it doesn't mean that you're going backwards. It means, it's kind of like if you've ever swept the floor before and you go through really quickly, sometimes you got to go back over a spot just to make sure that it's done correctly.
Mhm.
You're leading by example. You can't help somebody if you're in the mud with them. If you're all in anxiety, then just chaos ensues. So when you step out of that and go make choices and decisions that make you feel better, that choose love and faith and happiness over fear and anxiety, then everything good can come falling into your lap. And then your loved ones will learn as well that um, that if they can do the same thing, that they will have, what am I trying to say? That you are teaching mom and sister as well, that they don't have to stay in the muck, that if they detach from that, that it will be a lot easier for them to line up with everything that they've been asking for. And I can feel them praying, I can feel them asking. But if they're asking and
A
still
lot.
remaining in the anxiety, there's nothing they can do. They've got to take a break from the anxiety, do whatever they can. When I get in that mood where there's nothing I can do to feel better, I'll go ride roller coasters or something because it just immediately, that's a break. You know what I mean? You can't be sad on a roller coaster. You're like, ah, that's a break, let me tell you. And
Yep.
acceleration of energy. Oh goodness, Dad, slow down. He's like, whoa, roller coasters. Let's do that. They've got roller coasters here too. And he showed me Callaway Park. Is that on your agenda to do while you're here?
No, but my friend did think about going there, and my dad and I went like it in every roller coaster when I was a kid.
I'm telling you, he's trying to tell you, he's trying to boss you around and tell you what to do because he's going with you. He's spending every single moment of this trip with you and he's so proud that you made this decision. It's not easy to make a choice based on faith when you're surrounded in fear. But when you do, you
Yep.
break that fear vibration and everything good can start flowing into your world.
Hmm.
He's pulling his energy back. He kissed your cheek and he gave you some gum and said, next time bring water. What does that mean?
I was very dehydrated well, we brought gum at the zoo with us. But then we barely drank any water, so we were all dehydrated and we just actually stopped to get slush puppies.
So again, details of things
Yeah.
going on in your world that I can't know, so you know Dad was there. Gum doesn't cut it when you're in. I don't think you realized how big the Calgary Zoo was.
No, I didn't.
Aw,
I was not prepared.
he loves you so much. He's pulling his energy back. He's like, all right, we got to go see some monkeys now.
Yep.
They're waiting for you, hey? Okay.
Yep.
He's pulling his energy back, and I hope that that was helpful.
It always is. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Enjoy the rest of your time, and I'll see you a little later.
Yes, see you later.
All right, kiddo. Okay. Why is there so many dads here today? I just heard I'm a dad too. My turn. Sue, I think I'm coming to you. I will ask because as soon as I said that, I see two people on the other side. Is your dad also on the other side?
Yes, yes.
See, I told you. I heard I'm a dad too. My turn. Get out of the way. My turn. But there's a female there with him. Is mom on the other side as well?
No, both my grandmothers are on the other side.
Because he's not coming through alone. Let me ask you though. Who did you want me to focus on?
Yeah, my dad.
Got ya. See, he knew
Yeah,
beforehand.
yeah.
Okay. Do you have a focus for him, or you just want me to leave it open and see what he says?
I think he kind of knows what's going on in my life and just to kind of give me some advice and let me know what's going on. It's kind of open for him.
See, he just said in my head, I'm glad you asked that. Skip the bullshit. We already know how I died. I'm like, okay, then. He doesn't want me to go through his passing. I've obviously read for you before, because if
Yeah,
I've read for you before, then they don't like me to keep going over that. So, all right, let's do
yeah.
this. Ready?
Ready.
Both feet flat on the floor for me, hun. I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Whew. First thing that's going on is your dad's going to be the spokesperson, sure, but you have a lot of other people on the other side because I just started getting very, very hot.
Okay.
Um, and love is heat. So sometimes we think when the dead are around, it gets cold, but that's not true. It gets warm because love is warm. And they immediately just made me very, very hot. And they're letting you know that you have a lot more help around you than you think. I
Okay.
saw a split, and it feels like it could be for work. I'm not sure exactly what he's talking about. Are you thinking of taking a new job? Am I
Yep.
understanding this correctly? Because he showed me a split in like going a new direction, if you will, like a fork in the road. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And with all of these souls coming in around you and the heat and the love, it's a reminder to you to ask for what you need and they will deliver. And what's interesting is that, again, it's not an accident in the order that these messages are delivered. And it's not an accident in who I read for first and second and whatnot. And some of the messages that were just delivered right before you applied to you as well. You know what I mean? Which is tell them what you need, but make sure that if you are in an energy of anxiety and stress, that you got to do something to detach from that. Because he showed me that something is struggling to come in because it doesn't match the vibration that you're in. There's some stress or some frustration. It really feels like I got that itchy finger of, I call it, it's itchy. It's an itchy feeling because it's like I can't scratch it. I can't get rid of it. It's just, did you hear my live earlier today? It's like that same kind of energy. And what they want you to know is that it's already done. It's already covered. You are making new choices and decisions that are taking you in a new path, and to follow it, let it take you where it's supposed to go. But you're not going to see the whole puzzle at the same time. They're just going to give you little bits and pieces. And so when they give you this new piece, if you stress about it, it delays things, what's meant for you from being able to come in. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. So this fear and the anxiety and that, just let it go. Okay.
Well, it's, see, when you say it that way, just let it go, that's easier said than done, right? How
Yeah.
do you just let it go? Well, the way that you let it go is, see, when you say that, I'm just going to let it go, it's not gone though, is it?
No,
The
no,
way
no.
that you let it go is you think and focus on what you want. So your dad can't help you if you're thinking and feeling about everything that's stressing you out. And I feel like you're listing everything that's stressed you out. This is frustrating and this is frustrating. I don't know about what to do about this and this and this and this. And I think you're very aware of everything that's stressing you out. But what the reason why it's delaying things from coming in is because the trick is to ask for the tools and the supports that you need to overcome that anxiety. So
Okay.
instead of thinking about just let it go, just let it go, that's hard to do. Think and say to yourself, thank you for this. When you start saying thank you for a situation that looks like maybe we shouldn't be grateful for it, right? Like if you
Yeah.
heard my live yesterday, all my medications kept getting, blocked and my neighbors were extremely loud and all of this stuff. And I was trying to go to sleep and I wanted to be frustrated and pissed off and say, shut your freaking mouths. Instead, I said, thank you, God, for this. I don't know why this is happening, but I know you're going to show me. Thank you for. And then I started listing the tools and the supports that I need. Once you become more focused on the tools and supports that you need and the gratitude that you have for that, it will come in. But if you are focused on stress and anxiety and what's not working for you, then that is what's going to come in. Whatever this is, this split is, they're trying to give you faith to do something in a whole other way. Like this career change feels like very different than what you normally would do. Do you understand
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
You've been receiving the coins as well, haven't you? Have
Yeah.
you noticed them around? Because that's dad's way of saying the money is there. You can't see it, but the money is there. It's like you're waiting for money to go forward. And he just said, you don't need the money. You ask me for what you need the money for. Sometimes
Okay.
we don't take that step forward because we think we don't have the money for it yet. But if you don't ask for the money, so let's say I want to buy a house. Sometimes we can pray and say, okay, God, or Dad, give me the money I need to buy a house. I need the money to buy a house. I need the money to buy a house. If you ask for that, it doesn't come in. But if you say, thank you for giving me a new house, thank you for the new house. I don't know how it's coming. I don't know where it's coming, but thank you for the house. All of a sudden, that house, watch, somebody will gift you a house. I know that's a big, elaborate example, but somebody will gift it to you. You don't need money for it. You need to focus on the tools and the resources that you need to build whatever it is that you're asking for. And if you can focus on the tools and the resources, they're going to find a way to deliver them to you that is so dramatically big that it'll be mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. They're playing George Michael faith in my head. They're telling you to have faith. Like you need to have faith to do this. It will work for you because that other job, whatever it is stressing you out and making you sick, is what it feels like. Do
Yeah.
you understand that?
Hmm.
Your grandma's kind of pushing dad out of the way. She's like showing me this. She's like, okay, that's nice. And she shows me this, which is my symbol for connection. Were you very close with grandma?
Mm-mm. No.
Well, she's around you right now, like this, very connected and so freaking proud of you. Like when you said no, she's like, yeah, because I don't want to say what she said. Feels like feels like she was a little bit of a crankier person in the physical world than she is on the other side. Do you know what I mean? Because when you said no,
Yeah.
put tape around her mouth and then took it off. Tape, when they show me tape around their mouth, that's my sign that either they said things that they shouldn't have said here in the physical world, or they didn't say what they should have said here in the physical world. All I know is she's blasting you with love and wanting you to know that she's a big support on the other side too, that she's like right there with you, right there with you.
Is she my maternal or fraternal grandmother?
She's the one that's connected with dad.
Okay.
But she shows me distance or space. Was she on that side before you were born? Or just
No.
grew up a distance away from you?
Yeah.
See, I don't know
Yeah.
what that means.
Yeah.
Distance or
Yeah. I grew
space.
away. Yeah. So I grew up. They were in Saskatchewan and I was in Calgary. So I never really knew her.
That was her. She's taking responsibility for that. When you said that, she goes, I take responsibility for that. It was not your fault. It was like she saw things from a different way or a different angle when she was here in the physical world. And when she got over there, she immediately showed me the rose colored glasses, which is where she can see things differently on that side than she did in the physical world. And it's interesting because I don't know why they're saying what they're saying or why they give me the messages that they give me. But again, all around you, you have so much support on the other side. And I think that's the message, that you need to know that you are loved and supported way more than what you can see here in the physical world. And that when they get to that side, there's no more distractions. There's no more distance or space. That your grandma now is trying to make up for lost time. And if you will give her the chance, if you'll say, you know what, grandma, are you here around me? Help me with this. Boom, it's going to come in so big that it'll be mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance, which tells me that you've been feeling a little bit lost. You've been feeling a little bit alone. You've been feeling a little bit in the dark. That's why
Yeah.
they're blasting you with all of this love and connection and letting you know that, kind of like what Melly's dad said, is that we might be on the fence about something, but when you make a decision based on faith and you tell them what tools and supports you need, they will line it up for you. But you got to be focused on the tools and supports you need to make it happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Totally.
Your dad just said, pick a card, any card. It's so funny. I think he liked cards, but not these kind. Did your dad like
Yeah, he
to?
did. Yeah, we used to play cards.
See, that's what he just said. He's like, I love cards. These are different cards, but I love cards. Pick her a card.
Yeah.
So let's see what's
Crazy
gonna.
eights. Crazy eights and rummy.
Let's see what he has to say. He wants you to see what's gonna happen if you keep going on this new path. That if you tell them what tools and supports you need. I got you, Dad. Interesting. So I can see the stress that's been around you a little bit. So right away, you got the 10 of Wands, which is coming to the end of one journey. So in Wands, 1 is the beginning and 10 is the end of a journey. This is the end. And you see how heavy it looks? He's carrying around these 10 wands, right?
Yeah.
That old job is this energy. It's been burdensome. It is heavy. You know you've come to the end of that journey. But to get out of it, you have to face this energy, which is the 5 of Wands, which is all of these people are coming together they can't coordinate their wands, right? It's like challenge, symbolizing like trying to coordinate, make things come together. I don't know how to make things come together. See what I mean? And then it goes to the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a waiting energy. It talks about, even though this guy's hanging upside down by 1 foot with his arms tied behind his back, he's got a smile on his face, and he's got a big yellow halo around his head. And in tarot, yellow symbolizes happiness. So, what this
Okay.
is saying is that even though he looks like it's uncomfortable right now, he knows that it's in his best interest to be where he is right now. It's only temporary, and that what he is desiring is coming in. And that came out with this, the King of Wands, which is the most successful business card that you can get. The mastering of a new business. Are you literally trying to open your own business here? Feels like
I
what they're
am.
talking about.
I am.
You're going to be successful. That's what this is saying. Even though you've waited for this and you've been waiting for the right moment, there's never going to be the perfect moment. You're always going to be jumping into this energy, this challenge energy of trying to make everything connect and coordinate. But have faith in that, knowing that even though you're not where you want to be yet, and ask your loved ones for the tools and supports that you need to make it happen, because this is the energy that you're moving into. You will be very successful in this, but you have to learn to go with the ebb and the flow of the energies. And here's something else. I showed people on my members readings this, and your dad's like, ooh, show her, show her, show her. So I posted this little video on my Instagram account today. It's somebody else's video. I just shared it on my story. And he wants me to show it to you because sometimes life takes us in these up and down energies. And this is definitely where you are right now, right?
Yeah.
You've started praying and asking for help, and now the energies are going like this. We want it to go like this, but instead it's going like this, right?
Yeah.
That actually gets you there faster.
Okay.
It gets you there faster. When you start praying and you start seeing that type of energy happen, that is their way of getting you there faster. I'll show you what I mean by this. Whoops. Hold on. Stop doing that. Watch full reel. Here we go. Let's see if it'll show you this. Two balls. Watch these two balls. It'll show it again. They're both released at the same time. One goes straight down, one goes up and down. Look at how much faster the one that's going up and down gets to the end. Do you see
Oh, yeah.
that?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. In the straight line. Okay.
The one that's going up and down actually gets you there faster than if it was just ease and constant like this. The down gives you more G-force to come back up
Yeah.
again and gets you there much faster. So this is the energy you're in. I say this to people all the time. If you start praying and then things start going crash, bang, boom all around you and everything seems to like get chaotic after you've prayed, that's a good sign your prayers are being answered. It's a good sign.
Okay.
The only time you need to worry is if nothing happens. That's when you need to worry. But if what you were asking for was already on the path you were on, you would have had it by now. So when you're
Okay.
praying for something and things go crash, bang, boom all around you, that's God's way of taking you off of that path and putting you onto the path that has what you've been asking for. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
It does. I have just an idea of what I want to do for a business and that. So just to say this is the idea, how to make it happen. I'll just, or,
Well, in that, I'm glad you asked that question. This is how we fine tune. How do you ask for what you need? When you said, I have just a bit of an idea, but I don't know what else I need. So, how do you say thank you for? This
yeah.
is what you do.
Thank you for the
Thank you for
tools and support.
Thank you for the clarity that shows me how I can begin this. Thank you for giving me the ideas and the resources and the people and the supports that is going to make this happen. I don't exactly know where to start. So thank you for showing me where to start. Thank you for showing me that this is meant to happen. Thank you for putting me in the right place at the right time, at the right moment to get this started. That's how you begin thanking them for. And piece by piece by piece, it will start developing. And when you are meant to really launch it, that other job that you're in is going to get really bad. It's going to get really bad. And that's not to punish you. It's meant to push you out of your comfort zone to take a chance in the new avenue. That's when you know that what you've been birthing in your reality is ready. Because when the baby's ready, it's not all happiness and sunshine, is it? It's pressure and pain sometimes. That is how birth happens. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
it does. I mean, it's already to a point now where it's like, okay, I have to leave now.
Well, that's
So,
because You have been, every time that you've thought about doing this business, you see this energy. I have no idea where to start. I have no
Yeah.
idea how to make this work. I have no idea. The more you think I have no idea how to make this work, the more you have no idea how to make this work. So the more you need to say, thank you for that job going so bad that I can't stay there and get comfortable. Thank you for lining this up at exactly the right time and at exactly the right moment. Thank you for making me so uncomfortable there that I have to believe in my dreams. Thank you for making my dreams take over my thoughts so much more than my dissatisfaction with my job. I'm so thankful I'm not satisfied with that job, because now I have the opportunity to start my own business, which is going to be dramatically successful. And here's the other thing. Thank you, Dad and Grandma and Grandpa. Grandmas and grandpas. As soon as I said that, I got multiple ones stepping forward. Thank you all for loving me and sending me the supports when I ask for them, so that I feel your presence in this, so that I know that I'm not building this alone. I'm building it with you guys. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And I'll wait for the recording to write all that down.
Good thinking. Aw. Just know that your dad loves you very much. And as he's pulling his energy back, he kissed your cheek. And he's thanking you, because I feel like you're talking to him a lot more. And he's like, you're talking my ear off. I love it. And did he smoke, by the way?
Oh, years ago.
Because I can kind of smell the cigarette smoke around him.
Is he? Yeah, is he back smoking? Yeah.
It's funny because when you said, is he back smoking? He's like, well, just once in a while when I'm hanging around these guys. Like I said, you have so many people on the other side, and some of them are big time smokers. So what's happening is they're all trying to surround you to give you the strength and the encouragement and the faith to take those steps forward. And when he hangs around them, he does smoke a little bit. And when they're all around you, you're going to smell that cigarette smoke. Feels like you'll get a whiff of cigarette smoke out of nowhere. It's like, where did that come from? And then it's gone. Do you ever smell that?
Mm-hmm.
That's all of your loved ones surrounding you, wanting you to know that they believe in you and that you can do it. Ask them for what you need and they will send it. And if you feel like you can't break that vibration of anxiety and stress around your job, then you literally have to go do something fun for a little while. And when you're done that fun thing, focus on how excited you are for the new, and that you couldn't have the new unless this stuff started breaking down. And once you understand that the breakdown or the stress in this is the best thing that could ever happen to you, and you get grateful for it, you're through it. You're done. It's over. But the more power it has over you, the longer it stays. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, it does. Does. Good.
Okay, and last thing he said, make sure you pay attention to those coins as well, because those coins that you're finding, they're probably all face up. Face
Yeah.
up, because it means
Okay.
face it. So
Oh,
have you
okay.
heard me discuss the coins before? So I know you know that it means that they're with you, but it means more
Yeah.
than that. Look at the date on the coin when they send it to you. The date is going to have something to do with who's sending it or the question you are asking. And not just that, is the coin face down or is it face up? Because when you're asking them questions, then, and you're saying, should I go for this? Should I go for this? They're sending you coins that are face up saying, yes, face it, do it. We're here with you. See what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good.
All right. And I do keep hearing, hi, mom, hi, mom, hi, mom, hi, mom. And as he's pulling his energy back, he put the white blanket around her shoulders, which is my symbol for watching over somebody from the other side. I can feel so much love. Like your dad is very much in love with your mom. I got to tell you. Was he
Yeah.
that way here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was very much such a. It was funny. He always called her mom, though.
Did he?
Yeah. Always called her mom. Never,
Does,
never her name by her name.
he's still doing that on the
Yeah.
other side. Mm. All right. I'm going to let him pull his energy back. I hope that was helpful, hon.
Oh, it was more than helpful. Thanks, Tracy, as always.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Nikki, I think I'm coming to you because it feels like a female though that I have around you. Hold on, now I just hear mom, 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 mom. Is your mom on the other side, hun?
Yeah, she is.
Okay, usually they don't step forward. I tell people they don't step forward at their name, address, and phone number. She's like, yeah, watch me, hold my beer. Here we go. Not that she drinks beer. Get my point. Slow this down. Everything, okay. Everything happens at exactly the right moment, at exactly the right time. Is this who you wanted to connect to, honey? I didn't even ask you. She
Yes.
just kind of
Yes.
took over. All right, both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Mm, I got you. Okay, so your mom steps forward right away. She shows me the body scan, which is my symbol for having more than one issue in the body or pain throughout the body. She shows me dizzying thoughts or spinning thoughts, which is my symbol that either I wasn't able to communicate before I passed away, or I had, like, I was actually spinning, but I think what she's saying is that because I got the holding of the hand as well, which is my sign that I knew there was people with me, even if I wasn't able to communicate. I feel the last breath. She jumps up and down and shows me how much stronger she is on the other side. She has no mobility issues. And she said, and I'm not cold. I'm not cold. There's something about being cold here in the physical world. Do you understand that?
Um, maybe.
Sorry, she's still doing my breath thing. How did mom pass?
So she was in end stage liver failure and she ended up vomiting blood and passing away.
Got ya. She's emphasizing I was not alone. I was not alone. I was not alone. I was not alone. I might not have been able to communicate to you guys, but I was not alone. I was not alone at that moment. Do you understand that? So let me say that better. She goes, of course she doesn't, because she wasn't there. So she thinks I was alone. See, the thing is that your loved ones know what you're thinking and what you're feeling, right? And so if your mom knows that she chose that moment to pass and you weren't able to be there with her at that exact moment, she doesn't want you thinking that she passed away alone. She was not alone. There's at least three people that came to get her. I see one person above her and then grandparents, but I think they're her grandparents. Is one of her parents on the other side?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Because is that dad? Her
Yeah.
dad? And he was there before she was?
Yeah.
Because she's like letting you know, please don't worry. He came to get me. And that she was not alone for a single moment. She wanted to go that quick because she was not going to get better. Remember how she showed me the pain or the trauma in the body and that was not going to get any better. So she chose that moment to pass as quickly as she possibly can. But all she remembers, it's interesting that you said she was vomiting because all she remembers was trying to get that breath. Like I couldn't catch a breath. And if I was throwing up and throwing up and throwing up, which I just was yesterday, I don't know if you heard my live, but I spent 4 hours going on both ends. So I know what that's like. Sometimes in that moment, you just can't breathe. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want you to be sad about that because she needs you to know that it was better so that it wasn't long and drawn out and that she didn't want to be a burden to you guys and she didn't want you guys to see her suffer, which is why she's like pushing those thoughts from your mind. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's taking me to two places though. She's showing me that she's a fly on the wall and she's really excited about being a fly in the wall. She could be in all places at the same time now. She's not separated by the physical distance. So I see
Okay.
some people here and some people here. I feel like I got family in two different places. Do you understand that?
Yeah, we're all in different places.
She said sometimes things fall apart so better things can come together. And it feels like perfect timing. Feels like, okay, so I think what she's saying, so if I'm remembering this correctly, you were supposed to come a number of weeks ago. It just didn't work out. Actually, the group
Mhm.
that you were trying to join ended up nobody booked readings for that group, so I ended up
Yeah.
canceling it. Um, but she's showing me that it wasn't meant to be that time. It was meant to be right now. And then she's giving you the rose, which is birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. How do you
Mhm.
understand that?
So actually, when I was trying to do the live with you, that was the same week that it would have been her birthday and the time that she passed. So she passed July 15th and or sorry, she her birthday was the 15th of July, and she passed on the night of the 16th.
Which is a perfect example of how sometimes if you're in that grief or anxiety energy, nothing can line up for you, even if you want it to. And it's not because I don't want to or she didn't want to. It's that if she had came through in that energy, it's like you can't hear them properly. Do you know what I mean? Grief and anxiety, this is why I call it distorted energy, because
Yeah.
it distorts the message. So she had to give it a little bit of time because there was too much grief at that time. She hasn't been gone very long, has she? Because she's like showing me that it hasn't been extremely long. Like, is it the first year since she's been
Yeah.
gone?
Mhm.
What did you plant for her? She just showed me thank you, and I saw seeds.
Um, we didn't plant anything for her. My mother-in-law, her plan was to give us a tree so that we could plant it, but we haven't yet.
That's okay. That's what your mom is talking about. You understand? I can't know that.
Mhm.
I can't know that. That is a very specific validation of something going on in your life that I can't know, so that your mom is telling you she knows about that. That's why
Mhm.
she's giving you a seed and showing you thank you. So it doesn't matter if you haven't planted it yet, it doesn't matter. It's almost better that you haven't done it yet, because when you do it, she'll be there with you. Was
Mhm.
this in memorial for mom?
Yeah, it was
This tree?
there like after she passed, like instead of sending flowers, her plan was to like send us out and like find a tree and then like kind of plant it in memorial for her.
That's a beautiful idea. I've
Mhm.
never heard that one before, but she loves it and she's thanking you for that. She just needs you to know that she's feeling so much better on that side and that she's not missing a moment, that she is with you. She's been trying to hug you, and it feels like there's a lot of grief around her passing. Like it doesn't feel like it's come down very much at all. A little bit maybe, but
Mhm.
not nearly as much as she's hoping. Um, which is why she doesn't get too close all the time. She loves you, but she's not getting as close so that you won't smell her. She's like talking about how you've been asking for the signs and stuff a lot more, but they come once in a while. They're not coming all at once. She's like, that's because if she sends them too much too fast, then it reminds you that she's dead and gone and you break down in tears again, missing her and feeling
Mhm.
her absence. She doesn't want that. She wants you to, when you see that sign, to know that she's right there with you. She's watching over the babies. This is interesting. Do you have children yet?
No.
Hmm. Know that your mom's hanging out with your grandchildren, her grandchildren on the other side, giving you the
Mhm.
message that when they come, when you are ready for these children, know that they knew her first.
Mhm.
And at least the little girl, it's so funny because she's like mini me, mini me, mini me. So I can see that you will have a daughter, and your daughter's going to be so much like your mom. And she's just showing me her mouth. I don't know if your mom was very outspoken or something. She's like, unfortunately, you're going to have my mouth.
Well, that is exactly what she was very outspoken. So,
Got ya. So congratulations, your daughter's going to have that exact same trait. And that's because mama's already training her on the other side. Do you have two siblings or a brother as well? I heard brother, 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 but I see two souls over here and she's watching over them as well. I'm not sure what that means.
so I do have a brother. Yeah.
Is he married or is there another family member that lives close to him? Because she said she's watching over the two of them that are, and does he live in a different city or something than you?
Yeah. So, I'm just south of Calgary. My brother is just west of Edmonton, and my stepfather is just east of Edmonton.
Is your brother married or have a girlfriend?
He is married, yeah.
See, she's because she's showing me that she's watching over the two of them as well. And then I saw a truck. Did he just get a truck? Does he drive a truck?
He has a truck. He's trying to sell it. I don't know if he's had any luck selling it.
Perfect. It's just your mom's way of showing you that she knows what's going on in your lives
Mhm.
and in your brother's life too. It's so funny. She's like, I know you wanted me to read for him when he was here. Yes?
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to do it when I was there because I was moving my dad down with me. So I had my dad and my brother there with me, and like I don't know that they would be overly inclined to do this on their own. So I thought that if I had them with me, then they would just kind of partake without really realizing it.
So you were trying to trick them into it. And
Yes.
so what she's doing, oh, that's bizarre. Siri answered me when I said that. So what is, I said, you're trying to trick them into it. And he goes, mm-hmm. Siri did. That's your mama, I'm telling you. Here's the thing, you can't force this upon somebody and make them hear it, even if we want to.
Mm-hmm.
People try to do that all the time, and it just will not work out in that way. But never underestimate the power of spirit to get a message to somebody of something like the truck. She's trying to help your brother with the truck. So if your brother will say, "Thank you, Mom, for helping me sell this truck. Thank you for getting me a good deal on this truck so that I can buy the vehicle that I want to buy," what's going to happen is he's going to have a seller that will give him the price that he wants, that will come in so easily that it'll be mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance right after he asked. And then in that moment, you kill two birds with one stone.
Mm-hmm.
You teach him that mom can see what's going on in his world because this gets posted to my Facebook page afterwards and everybody can see it. And B, you also teach him how to talk to her so that
Mm-hmm.
he can feel her presence in his world as well and know that she is still here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
She said, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. She's overemphasizing I love you and breaking open her throat chakra, ripping the tape off of her mouth. Again, overemphasizing this energy. Usually they overemphasize something like that for only one of two reasons. Either that was their personality here in the physical world and she said it all the time, or she didn't say it enough and she
Mm-hmm.
wishes she could have said it more. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you still have childhood dolls?
I don't think I have them anymore.
But you know what she's talking about? She's showing me like dolls from my childhood. And I'm like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? Why are
These
you bringing these
creepy
up?
little glass dolls that we would collect when I was a kid that had to stay on my wall until I was like a teenager and moving out. They were there all the time.
And then
Creepy
after
little
mom
dolls.
passed, you sold them or got rid of them or something?
By the time I moved out and went on my own, they were gone, but they were there for a long, long time.
It's so funny that she's bringing these up. And I think it's because every time that you see like little dolls when you're out and about and stuff, it makes you think of her, makes you think of that.
Mm,
And I think she likes dolls. Like I'm seeing my aunt's doll collection now. Like when you said these glass dolls, you know how some people collected those old ceramic dolls and things like that?
that's what they
Exactly.
were, but they were like mini and they were like,
Yep.
oh,
And she's showing me like my aunt's cabinet that has like a whole bunch of them, and they're apparently really expensive and stuff. And
mm,
so if you're out and about and you see these like ceramic expensive antique dolls, know that that's your mom's way of letting you know that she's with you at that
mhm.
exact moment. Are you in school? As I'm trying to pull the energy back, she's like, one more thing, one more thing. And I saw the white blanket going around your shoulders, and I heard graduation or something about graduation.
No, I'm not in school.
Have you been thinking about going back, upgrading, something like that?
I thought about it.
It's her way of letting you know that she hears your thoughts and that if that's something that you would like to do, that she is going to be your biggest supporter on the other side and that she will be at that graduation with bells on. She's pulling her energy back and she gave you brownies. What does that mean? Why is she giving you brownies?
Um, well, she used to bake a lot and stuff. I don't know specifically brownies, but um, she she has like a whole cookbook and stuff, and I've been thinking about baking for her for the last little while, and that might be
Got
it.
ya. That's exactly it. She's like turning to the page that has the chocolate cake or the brownies, and she's like, exactly, do this. Because when you do the things that you used to do with them, they show up. They
Hmm.
show up sending you signs and symbols that are so exact that it's mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. Mm. Now she's pulling her energy back. I hope that that was helpful, hun.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Keep talking to her because she's very much around you. Very strong, too. Okay, here we go. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Where am I going here? So I think we lost a couple of people. Okay, I got Sammy here. I'm not sure who iPhone 86 is, and I'm not sure if Mary's still here or if that is Mary. I think she's gone. iPhone 86. Is this Madeline? Guys, got to take your mutes off for me here.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I was trying to get it undone.
Got ya. Hold on, you're iPhone 86.
I am.
I'm not coming to you yet, though, because this other lady's loved one is going to choke me out if I don't come to them first. I was just making sure who was here.
That's okay. No problem.
We seem to have lost one of the ladies that hasn't had a reading yet, but that's okay. Maybe she just had something to do and she's coming back. Sammy, I'm coming to you, honey. You just got to take your mute off for me. Can you take your mute off for me, hun?
Who, me?
Who said that? Who said that? You guys, I can't see you guys. All I got is
Hello?
who is that?
Oh, my mute's off.
Is this
You
Sammy
hear me?
talking?
Yeah, this is me.
Perfect. It's your turn. Are you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. I just need you to make sure that you talk into your phone because it's very
Right.
hard for me to hear you right now.
Okay.
Awesome. Who is it that you want me to connect to, hun?
My cousin Tony.
Yeah, I was going to say I have a young soul here. Okay. She's pretty though. Huh. She goes young but pretty. At least I didn't get old on this side. I died young. Aw. Okay, are you ready to do this, hun?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to sit with both feet flat on the floor for a minute. And then I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay, slow down, slow down. Okay, so as this young lady steps forward, right away, I can feel that I have a young soul, like I said before we even started here. I can feel a little distorted energy around her, which distorted energy comes from pain, grief, or trauma around somebody's passing. I call it distorted energy because pain, grief, and trauma can distort the energy field, kind of like water will distort sound. You can still hear underwater, but it'll sound like this. So you have some, it feels like you have a lot of family on the other side, and they're not close enough for me to be able to kind of see, but they're kind of sweeping away that energy because it's easier for me to feel them. They don't have as much distorted energy around them. So they're sweeping that energy away to bring her forward. As she steps forward, my face gets very itchy, which again is my sign for disfiguration, or that I did not look at the end of my life the way that I did throughout most of my life. She's showing me the spinning thoughts, which is my sign of, well, with a soul this young, it can be depression, it can be that she couldn't communicate before she passed, or that she was actually spinning when she passed. Slow this down, honey. She's going really fast. I don't feel a lot of pain when she passes. I just feel like I'm struggling to take a breath. I can't get a breath. She's also showing me the soul tethered to the body. Now, what that means is our soul is tethered to the physical body with a spiritual cord, kind of like a baby is tethered to mom with an umbilical cord. So sometimes a soul will step out of the body at the end of their life, but stay tethered to the body for a little while. And there's a few reasons why they may do this. Either the body was in such disrepair or pain that they didn't want to feel that anymore, so they step out of the body and stay attached until they're ready to pass, or they passed before somebody was there with them and they stayed attached to the body until somebody found them. Do you understand this?
Mm-hmm.
How did she pass, honey?
She OD'd.
Got ya. And was she alone when this happened?
I think so.
So know whoever found her that it's interesting because I can feel their heart beating. Um, and she's showing me that sign for I don't want them to remember me that way. I don't want them to remember me that way. But she does want them to know that she made it to the other side very quickly. And all she felt was that she couldn't breathe. She stepped outside of her body so that she didn't feel that pain. And she waited for somebody to find her. She's reconnected with another young soul, but it feels like a male that's on that side as well. So I don't know if this is a friend of hers, a cousin, a brother, something like that. Do you understand that? She put the heart around the two of them and she said, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here.
Um,
Sorry?
my dad, they passed away 4 months apart, I think.
Her
I mean,
cousin did?
no, her man.
Oh, her man. Okay. So again, oh, that gave me shivers a little bit. See, these are things I can't know because I'm not in your life, right?
Yeah.
So she's bringing him forward and letting you know that they are together on that side. And that she's kind of laughing a bit. She's like, see, we went up. We didn't go down. Haha, suckers. We went up.
Yeah.
She's free of that addiction once and for all, she said. Feel the fact that she says it that way tells me that she's been struggling with this for some time because she's playing that song. They tried to make me go to rehab and I said no, no, no. You know that old song?
Yeah.
So I know that she was trying to heal. It feels like she just was not strong enough. I feel like she tried a few times, but was not successful. And so now she put the white blanket around your shoulders and shows me this, which is my symbol for breaking of an addiction, and that you are her hero, literally. So the white blanket around your shoulders is my symbol that she's watching over somebody that has health or stress issues. Did you break free from an addiction as well, hun?
I'm in addiction.
Here's what she needs you to know is that it's not too late. She doesn't want you on that side with her. She needs you to know that she might not have been strong enough to break this cycle here in the physical reality, but she's not done learning. She's still with you, and she is like all around you, learning vicariously through you. See, I want you to understand something about addictions, something that God told me a long time ago. He said that some of his greatest warriors in this world start off in as addicts because the strength and the determination that it takes to overcome that makes you like a superhero. And once you overcome that, then you can do so many other things in this world that you never would have been able to do had you not gained the strength from that. And our loved ones, sometimes it can take 4 lifetimes or 5 lifetimes to break a generational chain. Have you heard that statement before, generational chains?
Yeah.
So the thing is that they will incarnate into a physical body, and maybe they can't break it in this lifetime. Maybe they die in addiction like your cousin did. But what they do is they stay with you. They come and they stay with somebody else who's in addiction here because they are learning vicariously through you. The minute that the soul passes on the other side, they're instantaneously in love, light, and peace. And so now they're able to absorb the wisdom and the knowledge that they need to break this addiction. And so what's going to happen is as you overcome this addiction, as you work through that and develop into that warrior that you're meant to be here, she's learning too. And so then when she does come back and incarnate again in this physical reality, she's going to come back and incarnate again with the same addiction. And what's going to happen though is this time her soul will have those memories on how to heal it. she won't have those conscious memories, but she will know what to do to be able to break free of that unconsciously. So everything you do right now matters. When you heal this for you, you heal this for them and for every generation that comes after you. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
She said, please don't quit. You are my hero. She's literally playing that song, I Can Be Your Hero. Have you heard that song before?
Mm, oh, I don't know. Uh,
I'm not a singer. I would sing it. She's like, do it, do it, do it. I'm like, oh God, I'm going to hurt all their ears. It's like, no, I can't even get the tune right. I think it's called I Can Be Your Hero. Look it up when we're done this because she needs you to see yourself through her eyes, that you are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for, and that if you make the choice or decision to heal yourself, that they are going to surround you with as much love and support as they possibly can, and that it does matter. It matters for all of the people that are still here and the children that are underneath of you. Do you have children? Because I see two sets of children.
I have a lot of kids.
You have a lot of kids?
I have six, and then my husband is six, and then I um have
Yeah.
children that call me mom.
Yeah, that's why I see like two separate set. I don't know how to phrase that, but I see two groups maybe of children. You see what I mean? See, so many people say to our children, I would die for you, right? And you do. You love your kids. You would die for them, right?
Yep.
But that's the easy road. That's nothing. The thing is, would you live for them? Would you be strong enough to heal for them and to live for them so that when they grow up and if they are in these energies dealing with the same, because it's also called generational transference, because what that means is that that which we don't heal in ourselves, we pass down to our children. And I know you don't want to do that. And so she's reminding you that as you break this for you, you break this for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Again, she said some of God's greatest heroes start out as addicts. It is not something to beat yourself up for. It is something that, you know, here's the thing. I say this to people all the time. If you're an alcoholic and you want to learn how to stop drinking, you can go to one of these two teachers. This teacher here has learned everything about alcohol from a book. They've never drank alcohol. They went to school, they studied addictions, they, top of their class, they learned everything they know from a book. And then there's this person here who was a deeply bad alcoholic and then um, healed through that, broke that addiction, and now teaches other people how to heal. Which person do you want to learn from?
Alcoholic.
Exactly. She's like, I want you to see yourself through those eyes, honey. Because if you can understand that you're not a screw up in this world, that you're not those bad things, because she's telling me, you tell her I can hear her thoughts. I can hear her thoughts and stop beating up on herself. That's my beautiful cousin that you're talking about there. You are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. And if you can only know, if you could only see that everything you've been through was the ingredients that were needed so that you can become who you are meant to be in this world, then you'll be a little kinder to yourself. And if you can ask for the supports that you need to take that next step, they will send them. She said thank you as well, and I see a tattoo. Do you understand? Did you get a tattoo for her, or have you just been thinking about that tattoo? Because I saw thank you, tattoo, and thoughts, which is my sign that you've either been thinking about a tattoo. It's almost like you got one and you're thinking about it getting another one. Does that make sense?
I want more tattoos.
Did you get one for her as well?
No, I just got like one with my daughter. Like I just got some flowers, and I got some one for my daughter's sapphire. And
So it's funny. She's like, get one for her.
I will.
But Again, she can be your hero. She wants you to go play that song, I Can Be Your Hero, because you're not going through this alone. It feels like you keep saying, I can't do that. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to walk this walk. I don't know how to be strong enough to do this. She's like, you're not doing it alone, sweetie. You're doing it with me. She's learning vicariously through you. And that you've done this for her before and she's doing it for you. We kind of take turns in life, but you are so much stronger than you're giving yourself credit for. And I do feel you coming through this. Be brave, take that step, go get yourself cleaned up and watch how magnificent your life starts developing all around you. But you can't get there by beating up on who you were. Who you were is exactly who you needed to be in order to get to where you need to go. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Then she says that, are you kind of in between houses? Like I'm seeing something about couch surfing right now.
No, I'm home now.
But you were couch surfing for a while?
Yeah, because my house got destroyed, and I just slowly got it back together, and I'm still trying to get things done here.
Got ya. Tell her what you need. She's going to line it up for you. She was trying to help you do that when you were, I don't want to use the word homeless because, like you said, you had a home. It was just destroyed. It needed rebuilding. She's just making me feel like you had to stay at other people's houses. That's why I call it couch surfing. But
Yeah.
if you will ask her for the tools and supports that you need, she will send them. You need a couch? Send it. Don't ask for the money for the furniture. Ask for the couch. Ask for the chair. Ask for the dining room table and chairs. Do you know what I mean? Whatever it is that you need to rebuild, ask her. She will send it. And in that moment, not only are you going to get the supplies that you need, but you're also going to feel her presence. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
She loves you very much. She's kind of pulling her energy back and she's sending you butterflies, like, but not just butterflies, a blue butterfly. What does that
Okay.
mean? So the butterfly, I know the butterfly means transformation. It's where they transform. See, caterpillars slide on their belly and they transform into the butterfly that has wings and is now up here watching over you. So she's like, I'm not gone. I've just transformed. And I'm not sure why she's using the color blue other than feels like I know it feels like it was one of her favorite colors, to be honest with you. Do you know if it was one of her favorite colors?
No, but I've been thinking about butterflies when I think about her. I was sitting by the river about maybe a few days ago. I was crying. I was thinking about her, and I kept telling her to send me a butterfly.
Got it. So she's going to send them to you. But more specifically, something about blue butterflies. Now, I haven't seen very many blue butterflies in the wild, but they don't just send you real butterflies in the wild. They will send you butterflies in your path. So you might see a blue butterfly come up on your Facebook feed, or you might be in a bookstore and see a big blue butterfly on the book as you're passing the bookstore. Pay attention to those things because she's sending it. She heard you and she's sending it. Just have a little bit of patience.
Yeah,
Make sense?
yeah.
Is there any other questions before I totally let her pull her energy back?
Want her to watch my daughter and my oldest.
I can't hear you, honey. Can you say that again?
Want her to watch out for my oldest because she's on the streets.
See, when you said that, she said this is exactly what she was saying. Our children grow up and do what we do, not what we say. She said, I'll help you if you help me. Which means that if you want your daughter to get better, then you get better because you are leading the example and teaching her what is possible. But if you can't get better, then she doesn't even believe it's possible to get better. So she's never going to come off the street. But once you detach from that energy and you go do what you need to do to get better, our children will follow. It may take a little time, but they will know that it's possible because mom did it. See what I mean?
Yep.
She's like, and this is again, this is why, see, I don't know why they bring up the messages that they do, but they know what's going on in your world. And your cousin very clearly said, she said that, she said that our children do what we do, not what we say. And that the best thing you could do for them, she was talking about generational transference. If you want them to heal, you have to heal. So if you heal yourself, your daughter will come along, and she'll be okay. But you got to teach her first. You got to teach her that you have faith in yourself and that you are stronger than this. And when you teach her that it's possible, she'll believe it's possible and she will follow your lead. And she just goes, I promise. So don't choose to die for her because that's not going to help her. Choose to live for her. Choose to heal for her. Choose to believe in yourself. And then you teach her how to do those things as well. Make sense? Just know how much she loves you and how much she believes in you. And as she's pulling her energy back, she goes, and when you don't believe in yourself, just remember, I believe in you more than anybody. I'll believe in you for the both of us. So when you don't believe in yourself, just know she's sending you extra faith and extra strength. Awesome. Okay. She's pulling her energy back. As she is, she's kind of braiding your hair. I'm not sure what that's about. Do you understand why she would be braiding your hair?
No.
It feels like significant in some way, culturally. It's like getting back in touch with culture or roots or I don't know how to explain this, like a custom of some sort. Does that make sense?
I need to get back into my ways,
Yeah.
ceremony, and
That's the answer to healing. The answer is in those customs. They're there to help you through, and there is no judgment. There is no judgment on that side. All God sees is a warrior in training. That's it. Aw. Okay, now they're pulling their energy back. I hope that was helpful, sweetie.
thank you, Tracy.
You're very welcome. Okay, Madeline, are you still here? I'm hoping you're here.
Yep.
Okay, I thought we lost you there for a minute. It's a little difficult when I can't see you guys. Oh, we're sweeping, housework. All I see is a dustpan. Can you hear me? I can hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear you, but barely. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, honey. Okay, so I got your son stepping forward. Is that who you want to connect to today, hun?
Uh, little bit of my son and pretty much like my cousin Tony, Girly, the ones that have passed on. They have
Is
any
that the
messages for their
young lady
family?
I was just talking to?
Yeah.
See, you just told me you were buying a ticket for a friend. I didn't know you guys were related. But when you said, yeah, my son and Tony, and she's like, I was just right here. I'm still here. So that's how I know it's the same soul. But it's funny because that also explains why your son is doing what he is. So have you ever seen Family Guy? So they're making me very hot. So what's going on is both souls are trying to communicate with you at the same time, which is making me
Yeah.
very hot. But have you ever seen Family Guy? And you know little Stewie, he's like, Mom, Mom, Mommy, my mom,
Yeah.
my mom, my mom, 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 mom. That's all I can hear. And I'm like, okay, so we're wanting to connect to your son, yeah? And then when you said, yeah, and my cousin, he made it louder and started pushing her away. He's like, back off, you had your turn. It's like, but they're not saying it in a way that is like, get out of here. It's more like playful back and forth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember when we used to watch Family Guy, him and his baby brother would do that to me, and they'll be like, Mom, Mom, Mom,
He's still
Mama,
doing that.
Mama.
He's doing that on the other side. All right, honey, let's connect because he just showed me. I'm so proud of my mom. I'm so proud of my mom. I'm like, all right, let's connect and see what's actually coming through. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. You guys are going somewhere doing something fun. Right away, the energy starts getting, like I said, your energy is really good actually. And they step forward with a suitcase and let me know that they're going with you. Not sure where you're going, but it's not too late, I heard. Are you guys taking a little mini trip somewhere here in the next couple of weeks?
Um, just down south to my spouse's mother-in-law to cut grass. But my where I work with my coworkers, we're planning of making a trip to Vegas just for the with the coworkers.
Oh, well, let me tell you, all your loved ones on the other side know you're going. They're going with you. They're like, Vegas, I'm in. Um, They just keep talking about what a good energy that you're in lately and how proud they are of you, that you're feeling better, and I can just feel the difference in energy around you. It's like over the last couple of months, things seem lighter and a little bit easier than they were for a while. Do you understand that?
Yeah,
He's talking about your husband as well, but this not his dad because he didn't call him dad.
no,
Okay. Um Slow this down. He's trying to help him with something that he's coordinating or building or something like that. He's like, tell him I can help. Tell him I'm here to help. I will help with that. I don't exactly know what it is, but he's trying to think it has something to do with when you said that you're going to his in laws. Is that like, or your in laws, is that like 2 hours away, 3 hours
y-
away?
yep,
He's going to help with that. I don't know what that means. Oh, is he going there? I think you already told me, but and maybe you said this. I can't tell anymore if this is a message coming through my head or you already said it. Is he going there to do something with the lawn or the grass?
yeah. He was gonna cut it, but he was also talking about a trailer that he wanted to fix. He wanted to fix a trailer down there. He's been wanting to put new sidings and everything, but I don't know, things just keep happening, like with the powwow, the Sundance and everything. So he never had the time to get it done.
So your son's going to send him somebody to help him with that so that he can get that done when he goes to do the grass at the same time. Two birds, one
Yeah.
stone. But he's like, don't focus on how it hasn't worked out yet, mom. Focus on telling him, thank your son for sending the people. I see two people coming to help with that, and that he's going to get a few jobs all done at the same trip, even if it's only 1 or 2 days. Like it feels like you're just going for the weekend or something, but everything's
Yeah.
going to get done in that time. But make
Oh,
sure you
okay.
ask Corey to help you first. Tell him what tools and supplies you need ahead of time. Tell him
Yeah.
to send you some people that have knowledge for this, that know what they're doing, and the parts that are going to be just there and easy to come by. Whatever it is that you need, ask him to send them, and he will send them.
Okay.
He's got a lot of gratitude for this gentleman because he's thanking him for being a father to his children. Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are raising his babies.
Yeah.
He's thanking him for being the father to his children that they deserve because he's a damn good one. That's what he said. He's a damn good father. He might not have been my father, but he's my boy's father, and he's so extremely grateful for that. And then he showed again, everybody's got birthdays and anniversaries because he gave you the rose, which is birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. Feels like around now as well. Was it one of his boys' birthdays?
Yeah, his birthday just passed this August 4th.
Yeah.
And my spouse, his birthday's coming up pretty quick here, August 22nd.
Got ya. So he's wishing them a happy birthday. It's interesting because your cousin just thanked you. She stepped forward as well. She thanked you for bringing Sam here. She thanked you for never giving up on her. She keeps showing me my gratitude sign and saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I don't feel judgment from you. I feel like you've been the soft place that she needs to fall from time to time. But at the same time, I feel like you tell her what she needs to hear and you're not holding back. And I think you paid for this today because she's thanking
Yeah,
you for bringing her here,
yeah,
um, and wanting you to know that it's the message is the same for the both of you, that this ain't over, that she is going to heal from this, that they're doing everything they possibly can on the other side to line her up with healing and to get her to believe in herself. So they're
mm-hmm,
thanking you for bringing her here and giving you reassurance that she will be okay, but she's got to do it in her own time.
yeah. Um, I also wanted to find out about, we just lost a relative over the weekend, and she overdosed, and she was 38 years old. She left behind 5 kids.
Yeah. As soon as you started asking about her, my head just started going, "Urgh," like very, very harsh. Um, because they take me through their passing from their perspective, not ours, right?
Yeah,
And so I can feel that she's over there, but it definitely, so because she's taken me through what she felt as she transitioned the physical world. There was so much pressure in her head, so much pain. And so it feels like that's why she overdosed, because she was trying to get rid of the pain. She wasn't trying to die, she was just trying to numb out the pain.
yeah,
It feels like we need to let a little bit of time dissipate before she can get you a clear message because there's still so much grief and pain around her passing. She's showing me that she kept things down. Like it almost comes as a surprise that she's on the other side because I feel like she didn't let you guys didn't know she was as deep into it as she was. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yeah. When it was kind of it was really it really hit me hard because I've already lost two loved ones through overdose, and that was my cousin Robin and Tony. They passed away the same way. They OD'd. And what hurted me the most you know was kids were involved,
Yeah,
to see these kids without their mom, and that's what hurted the most.
I know. But I want you to understand something in the big picture of things. Something I learned the hard way during doing this work is sometimes our children need to see that drugs and alcohol are extremely deadly and that if they choose to embark down that road that they are flirting with danger. Sometimes we try to hold the truth back from our children because we don't want them to see the ugly truth, right? Um,
Yeah,
but the reality is that they need to see that. They need to know that those are the consequences for those kinds of habits and whatnot. And that's not meant to cause them pain. It's meant because, again, you guys have incarnated into a family line that has many generational chains that have been passed down from generation to generation. And it can take 4 or 5 generations to fully break one of those chains. So
yeah,
those souls that have exited the physical reality, they are still with you and they are still learning vicariously through you. That's why someone like Sam right now, that's why they're surrounding her saying, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Do it for us and for all of the children that are still here. Slow that down. The kids are going to be okay, but this is why you need to heal. This is why you need to keep being strong. And she said she's so freaking glad that you are in this family because I don't think that you drink. Like, I see the alcohol away. And if you do drink, then I think it's not more than just one drink at a time. I don't see you getting drunk on a regular basis. Do you understand that?
yeah,
Just keep being that example for them of what is possible. Keep showing them how good life can be, how, you know, less complicated and stress free it is when we're not clouded by addiction. And those kids will grow up following your example, never going down the same route that their parents took
Yeah.
because they have you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But you were, let me say this very clearly, you incarnated into this family to do exactly this, to break those generational chains, to free the generations that have gone before you and those that come after you. And all I feel from them as they're pulling their energy back is gratitude. So don't feel bad about this. Feel grateful that they are at peace and that they are helping you and the loved ones that are here to have peace here as well. It's a joint
Mm,
effort together. Does that make
good.
sense?
Yeah. And let my son know that his baby brother finally got his learners.
He's like, of course he did. He was with him whispering in his ear. He's so proud of him.
Yeah, because I remember the last reading we were talking about, he was saying, tell him to get his learners or something like that.
And so he
And then,
did.
yeah, he went and got his learners. Right on my son's anniversary, I mean his birthday. That was his birthday gift from, his brother getting his learners on his birthday.
Your son's like showing me my symbol for pride, how proud he is of him for that. Aw.
It's awesome.
He's like,
Yeah,
now
I've
we
been
just got to get him a car.
yes, he's gonna work on that too. Yeah, I haven't been to his resting spot. I haven't really been, I don't know, I just been feeling really like I felt lost. Like I wasn't, I haven't been going to his resting spot, and I've been just kind of distancing myself. I felt like I was distancing myself from going to his resting because usually I just go over there, I get him something for his birthday or decorate his resting spot, and I don't know, there's just
Here's the thing though. When we are healing from that grief, that's fine to ease our grief in the beginning because we're used to them in a physical world. So by going to the resting spot, you're visiting him still in the physical, right? But he's not
yeah,
in the physical anymore, sweetie. He's in the non-physical. He's all around you. He's like the dust in the sunshine. It's there. You can see it when the sunbeam is shining, and when the sunbeam's not there, you can't see the dust, but that doesn't mean it's not there. He's still with you. So as time goes on, you don't need to go to that physical site to feel his presence around you as often anymore because
yeah,
he's very much with you wherever you go. That's a sign of healing. Don't beat yourself up for that. That's a good sign. It means that you are healing faster than you expected and that you don't need that from that physical resting space anymore because you can get those validations from him anywhere you go. Just like
yeah,
planning his brother to get his driver's license on that exact day. That is something that you can do to feel his presence. Of course, his brother was going to pass that test if he does it with his brother on the other side. Do you see what I mean?
mm-hmm,
That's a
yeah,
way to connect with him in the present. When you go to that resting site, you're connecting with him in the past, and he's not in the past anymore. He's in the present. He's just invisible.
yeah.
So that's
Maybe
just a
that's
sign of
why.
your growth.
Maybe that's why. Because when he left me, I took it really hard. It was really hard to, when my son left me, and he was my best friend. He was my protector. You know, he was always there. We always went for rides and always together, always hanging out. He was my best friend. And then when he passed away, that really broke my heart. And he literally took a part of, like, he literally took half of my heart with him. And
Well, what's really interesting about what you said, sweetie, is that as you're saying all that, he's changing the words was to is. When you're saying he was my little travel buddy, he's like, is your travel buddy. He was your rock. He's like, is your rock. And what's interesting
okay,
is that those energies are still with you now. What was everything he just said as I didn't know any of that when I started reading for you. He said, Mom, I'm going on those trips with you. I'm still your rock. I'm still lining everything up for Dad so that it gets him the help that he needs to make this happen. I'm still helping my brother pass that test. I'm still here in all of the ways that I used to be here with you. I'm just invisible now.
Yeah.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
He's still here with you. You've got to use the words is and
Is, yeah.
present the present tense, because when you use past tense, then you feel their absence. When you use present tense, they show up not physically, because that physical is in the past, but they show up with their energy in the present that is so dramatically them that it's mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. Like, did his brother take that test a couple of times before and fail it, or was just really nervous about failing it?
No, he failed them 3 times,
There you go.
and then I just kept telling him, just keep going, just keep trying, don't give up, just keep going.
But that's exactly my point. He failed when he was trying to do it on his own, and he passed when his brother came and helped him and was there with him. Now, that wouldn't have happened if he was gone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's still here. He's pulling his energy back on. He just put the heart around the two of you. He's like and reconnected. He loves you very, very, very much, and he's so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. And I know I need him to watch over his oldest as he's going to be starting junior high, and I'm kind of nervous about him starting junior high because sometimes kids in junior high could be really mean, like they could be bullies, and I don't want him to be bullied. I want him to enjoy his junior years at the new
So don't
school.
think about what you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
Think and ask him for what you do want. You've got to think and ask for the tools and the supports that you want. What you just did was you ordered from the universe everything you don't want.
Yeah,
If you go in the restaurant and you say, don't serve me this and don't serve me that and don't serve me this and don't serve me that, how long is it going to take for you to get what you've asked for?
long.
This is the key. Sometimes we get stuck in that, right? In the past.
Yeah,
So you've got to think and talk about what you do want. So you thank your brother for surrounding him with friends. Thank him for this going, thank his brother for surrounding him with friends. Thank him for this going much easier than the other schools. Thank his brother for being there with him, just like he was when he took his driver's license. It doesn't matter how many times he failed before. When brother goes with him, he succeeds.
yeah.
Ask for what you want and he can deliver it.
Oh,
Make
okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let him pull his energy back on, but I
All right.
hope that was helpful.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I just gotta, Mary, I'm coming to you. I just gotta answer this because that lady that was here earlier, she's from Ottawa and she's in Calgary and she's like, I'd love to get together with you. So I read her first, but now she's gonna be here soon because I'm going a little bit over, but that's okay. I'm just telling her to give me a little bit of time. See you soon. That gives me time to finish my readings. Perfect. I was worried that she was going to be right here because I'm like, I'll be done by 5, and I'm like, oh gosh, she's going to be here already. She's not. She's 45 minutes away. Perfect. I've got time to read for you guys. And I know I kind of saved you to the end because both of you are from the same family, so your loved ones are both going to come through at the same time.
It's
So
okay. It got chaotic.
you got what?
It got chaotic.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you said I got Katie an attic, and I'm like, what? We were just talking
No.
about attic. What are you talking about? That's crazy. Gotcha. It got chaotic.
Her
Oh, she's so cute.
and her sister. Thank you.
Are you guys eating freezies?
Yeah.
I love it. I'm hot. I'm dying here. All right, let's
Me
connect
too.
to. Who is it that you want me to connect to?
Grandma and Timmy, usual.
All right, let's do this. Can you sit with both feet flat on the floor for me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes, and when I'm done talking, I want you to take a deep breath. Picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay. So what's interesting is your grandma stepped forward and immediately she said it's not an accident that we saved you guys to last because she wanted you to hear everything that we just said about how to ask for
A
what you
lot of
need.
it. A
She's
lot of it actually had relevance.
yeah, because it's not an accident in the order that these messages come through. Um, it's funny because like I was saying before we started recording, um, slow down, you guys. They're coming at me hard and heavy. As we were saying before we started recording, um, your grandma gave you a message through your sister a couple of weeks ago to be careful because there was a window of opportunity open. And if you're not careful, another baby's going to slide right through. And then you were telling me that that message came to you when you got home from a vacation where you and your husband were having a great time. Yeah. That's just her way of letting you know that she was with you at that moment and that she can see everything. And it's also there's some reassurance coming in with that about how you made the right move. I'm glad you took that trip because you needed this break. You needed that time off. So your kids weren't with you then, hey? You had a babysitter?
No, me and Jim. Yes, Clint took the girls, and Macy's uncle and aunt kept her for the weekend. It was great.
Feels like you don't do that very often. You haven't had very many, maybe one, two, if I'm lucky, breaks away
One
from these
one
kids.
time, yeah,
So this would have been the
for
second.
2 years. Yeah,
See,
it
you
was
needed that
wonderful.
break. And it's interesting
I feel a lot better.
because she's saying that before you were afraid to take that break because nobody else is going to parent these kids the way that I parent. And I can't leave them with somebody else. And I can't put that on them. I can't do that to them. But you needed this break. And you're a better mom. We are such a better mom when we are not weighed down by that stress and that pressure,
Mm,
right?
yes, absolutely. I feel like I got to come home and I'm not so like I was able to miss my kids and appreciate them being gone and me having that time to focus on me and Jim. It was
It's
very,
funny because
very nice. We had so much fun.
she's showing me liking to clean when I got home. Like this energy of feeling like, oh, it's good. I don't mind cleaning my house now because I feel so much better. And she's talking about being really proud of you for what you did when you got home.
What did I do? I mean, I didn't, when I got home, I didn't necessarily do anything. I unpacked and I did laundry. I was able to do stuff. I was happy to be home. But I actually had a surgery yesterday. So I'm kind of trying not to do stuff, but it's hard because I want to do stuff. I want to do things.
Okay, hold on. When you said that, she goes, slow down, cowboy, slow down. She's like, when you got home from your vacation, you did everything that needed to get done. You put everything away, you organized everything, you got all
Yeah.
the laundry done, you did it all, and you did it with a good frame of mind. It wasn't hard to do. You felt good
Yes.
about doing it.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes that feels really heavy. It feels hard. Have you ever come home from a
Yeah.
vacation and your suitcase just sits there for like 3 weeks or a month because it feels too heavy to be able to do? She's like, not this
This was
time.
my
You
first vacation ever as an adult. First vacation.
she's so
It was,
proud of you for the way that you got everything together when you came home to make it easier on you now. And when you said, I just had surgery now and I'm
yeah.
trying to do all this now, she's like, whoa, 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 two messages. She's like, hold down. First, you got to be proud of yourself for everything that you did do and know that there's nothing that needs to be done right now that is super
Yeah.
pressing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She watched
I've
over you in
been
that
trying to take
surgery.
it easy.
What?
Oh, did she? That's nice because I was alone. I couldn't let they couldn't let Jim back there with me.
She's kind of, you must have been put completely out for the surgery, yeah?
Yes.
Because she's
Mm-hmm.
laughing at you as you
Yeah.
were coming out. Like she's showing me these little TikTok videos of people coming out of anesthesia where they're saying funny things and all like woozy and stuff. And she's like showing me you and she's kind of giggling. Were
I
you
always
funny?
worry that I'm gonna say, I don't know, but I always worry that I'm gonna be funny when I come out. You
So
know what I
she
mean?
helped
Like
you
you
with
don't know
that.
what you're gonna say.
That's exactly it. She's like, I knew you were worried about that, honey. Don't worry. I watched over you, made sure you didn't say anything too crazy.
That's so really.
But this
That's
is it.
something I
We're
worry
putting
about.
this.
I've been put under before.
You've been
Oh,
what?
sorry. Oh, I've been put under before. Lucy, stop it.
But it's interesting because she said, that's it now. This is done now. We're not going backwards anymore. We're moving forwards through this. And that chapter of
Yes.
your life is
Mhm.
over. And I don't know what you had surgery
Mhm.
for, but it feels like something to do with my gut.
No, it was actually my head. I had cysts
You had head
removed,
surgery?
3 of them. Yeah.
You had, okay, tell me
They
what.
took. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so they took out a large cyst back here. It was probably like the size of a bouncy ball.
Yeah.
It was on top of my head, and then I had another one back here, which was pretty big, and then I had one right here where my glasses sit, and they just took them all out.
That's why I feel it in your gut because your
Yeah, I
health,
feel nauseous
well, your health
from the
starts in your gut,
anesthesia.
right? Your health starts in your gut.
Does it?
Oh, yes, it does. So if your gut microbiome is all messed up, then you can produce stuff like that, right? Um, People don't realize how your gut health is literally the most important part of anything. If you heal your gut, you heal everything. And what she just said is that these are done, never to come back again. Now, if you're dealing with cysts, you don't know
Good.
that they're not going to come back again, right? It's a possibility they
Yeah,
could come back again unless you change your gut health.
that
So,
makes sense too, though, because I've had some gut issues since I had her. And I've been wondering about maybe going to see a GI doctor because like I'm bloated, like I'm pregnant bloated, and I'm not pregnant. So it is funny that you said that.
yeah, heal your gut, heal your life. So, definitely follow those impulses that they're giving you in your thought that lets you know what you have to do. The fact that you're feeling nauseous right now is them bringing your attention to the gut, saying, haha, this needs some work here. Heal this, those never come back.
You know, and I'm pretty lucky for the most part. I had 2 removed up here about 8 years ago, and praise God they never come back. But I had the other 2 back then, and it's been 8 years that they've been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I haven't gotten rid of them. And then I had a new one, and I'm like, I just got to get rid of these
That's
because I just have such a bad immune system, and I don't want them to turn into anything
Well, you don't
because I
have a
have
bad
Sjogren's.
immune system. You have a great immune system. The problem is you're not really using it right now. Your gut microbiome's all mixed up, which is producing all of these health issues. And so that would make sense why she's like done and not to come back again, especially if you had them before and they came back again. Is that you can keep taking them off all you want, but until you heal the root of the problem, they will keep coming back.
Yeah,
So heal your
I'll
gut.
look into it. I'll
Uh,
look into it.
Look up somebody named Dr. Cindy Peltz. Mindy Peltz. Cindy Peltz. Mindy, I think is her name.
Mindy Pelt.
Mindy or Cindy. I think it's Mindy. Peltz. Pelz. She talks a lot about fasting and how to heal your gut microbiome. That's what you're wanting to heal. And I'm not a doctor, so take this with a grain of salt. Anybody watching, I'm not a doctor. I just have healed myself through a lot of stuff like this. Definitely one of the best things you can do for your gut is so here's the thing, if you do a 36-hour fast, you will completely reset your gut microbiome. So all of those bad gut bacteria will go away and your gut will start producing healthy bacteria. And then you got to aid it with probiotics. Takes a nice strong probiotic, 120 billion, 90 billion, 120 billion is the strain. Take something like that, a very high powered probiotic, but it's not going to do you a lot of good until you kind of reset that gut microbiome. So work your way up if you can to doing a 36-hour fast. All that means is you have your last meal on, say, Sunday night at like 7 o'clock, and then you don't eat again until Tuesday morning when you get up. You go all day Monday without eating. It will not kill you, I promise. You get a bit of a headache, eat some salt. That'll give you the electrolytes. Drink a lot of water. That feeling will go away. Your gut microbiome will
Okay.
reset, and then you can take a probiotic. And those probiotics will start helping you build the good bacteria that you need in your gut. Eat a lot more yogurts and things like that. And like I said, go look up Dr. Mindy Peltz, and she is a doctor, and she specializes in this type of thing. So you'll be able to get a lot of information that way. Does that make sense?
Okay. And I wrote all of that down so I didn't forget anything because my brain's been fuzzy since yesterday.
That's good. And
Uh,
if you forget anything, don't worry. This is going to be posted and you can come back and take notes like that other lady did as well. Just know she
that's
watched
good.
over you for that vacation, or she watched over you in your vacation, saw you were having a lot of fun. She watched over you through your surgery, and she's watching over through you now to help you rebuild your life in the way that you want it to rebuild, which is why all those other messages that we heard today apply to you as well. She's like
Yeah.
giving you the tools and the resources that you need to line up with what you're trying to create in your world. Does that make sense?
Yes. I see them working in my life a lot. I do. Like I made the decision to go back to school and I didn't think I'd get covered through I didn't really think I'd get Pell or TAP at all, and I got lots of it.
Yeah, of
Not
course.
enough to cover it, but I got student loans, but it was a miracle that I got 2000 in TAP for each semester. That was very unexpected. So blessings in disguise. So it made me feel that I was doing the right thing and I was going in the right direction because everything just happened to work out for me,
That's a
when it
perfect
wasn't supposed
example
to.
of what I was saying before. Don't ask for the money. You didn't say, I'll go back to school if you
Yeah.
give me the money. You said, I want to go back to school. So they had different ways of
Yeah.
bringing that money in for you. That's how it
Yes.
works.
And this is for a degree. Should only take me about a year because I was able to transfer a lot of my credits, and it's going to allow me to find a job where I can be accessible to my kids by being home.
Yeah.
So it was a hard choice. I just really procrastinated on it because I was unsure. But I was like, well, I mean, if God really wants me to go, then everything will work out the way that it's supposed to, and I'll end up getting accepted. And I did.
That's
Like all of the
awesome.
odds were against me, and you know what I mean? And now look at, and I'm going back to school, and it's all remote. It's through Bryant and Stratton, and they
Everything is lining
have
up.
lots of tools. Yeah, it's perfect. Like I take 4 classes a semester, but I'm only doing 2 and for 7 weeks, and then I do the other 2. So it's not overwhelming. The way that it fell into place was just so perfect.
Divinely synchronized and aligned so that you know it's
Hmm.
mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. That is how spirit
Yes.
operates in your world. They create a way. You don't have to tell them your schedule, they will work it in. They already know. Okay, I got to let them pull their energy back a little bit, but Timmy has one more thing for you. He's
Okay.
saying that it's him that's setting that toy off. I can see some kind of toy going off in the toy box, and he's like, that's me, that's me. He wants you to know that he's there.
I feel like they had a puppy going off recently. It was like last week before it died. The puppy kept going off, and was like, I don't know how to turn that damn puppy off. And it kept going off in the box. That's so funny that you said that.
Next time,
And
say,
oh, go
you
on.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Um, I watched because Christina told me about what Timmy and Grandma were saying about the window, so I went back and watched it. And Timmy was bringing up waffles, and it's so funny because when I was on vacation, days later, like that weekend, our first breakfast there, I'm like, I don't know if I want waffles or pancakes. Waffles, and I had not seen it. And I'm like, I kept thinking waffles, but I'm like, but I really want pancakes. I ended up going with the pancakes, but I was like, at the end, I was like, I probably should have got the waffles. I felt like waffles, and these pancakes are tough, but they're
You're
good. They were really good pancakes. But the whole time I was on my trip, I'm like, I kept telling Jim, I go, I think Timmy's with us. Because you know what? Timmy's never been here, and he's probably having the time of his life. We're doing all the fun things. And it just felt like he was there the whole time. And there was even a feather that, on the boat ride that we went on. We went on a 2-hour cruise, and there was just this random feather floating along the cruise, and I go, that's Timmy.
Oh yeah, he's a
100% Timmy.
master of
And
signs.
bees, yeah, and like there were bees everywhere, and they kept landing on me. I was having a heart attack all day. I said, Timmy, I told you dragonflies, not bees. Dragonflies. They
But
don't
see,
hurt you.
when they want you to know they're there, they will bug you and use whatever sign.
Yeah, and
He just said in my head he didn't have access to dragonflies that day. All he had access to was the bees, and you got the point.
yeah,
You
they
see?
kept landing on my arm, and Christina was like, they've been landing on me today too. And I'm like, oh, he's definitely here.
He's
He's
telling
having
you,
the
get
time
the
of his life
point.
with us.
Yeah, he's telling you, get the point, get the point, you get the point. I'm here, I'm bugging you, get the point, because what do? They have a point, they sting you. But you didn't get stung.
Yeah. No. And like I realized I had them landed on me, and when I freaked out, like they didn't sting me or nothing. So it was relief, and that's why I was like, that had to be Timmy, because I would have got stung for sure if that was not Timmy. And I kept telling him, Jim, about it.
Well, as they're pulling their energy back, he's letting you know that he was definitely with you. These are why they give you those signs that don't make sense to us when we are not on vacation with you. But to the person that's receiving
Yeah.
the message, it makes perfect sense. And he said, next time those toys are going off, don't say, oh, why isn't this going off? It's so frustrating. Next time, say, Timmy, turn it off, and watch him turn it off. It's his way of letting you know he's with you. And if you ask him to turn it off, he will. Okay.
I miss him. Addie talks to him.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. He's pulling his energy back from you and coming over to mom because they know I'm on limited time here, you guys. So I gotta let him.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. This is me trying to navigate them, but they're definitely pulling their energy back so they can get mom a message too. But I hope that was helpful, and I hope that you are feeling so much better
was.
and healing much quicker so that you don't have to go through this again.
Thank you.
You're
With
so
time,
welcome.
I knew it was going to be a crappy recovery, but you know.
Yeah. No, you didn't know it's going to be a crappy recovery. You know it's going to be a quick recovery. You know it's going to be the best recovery you've ever had before. You know this is going to be a recovery that's so worth it because you're never going to have to do this kind of recovery again. There's a
Oh,
difference.
I know. It's true.
Ask for what you
That's
want so
true.
it can develop that way. All right.
That's good point.
Okay. Christina, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm all right.
Well, you don't sound all right. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Now Timmy's doing it. Mom, mom, mama, 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 mom, mom, mom. Oh, he totally heard that. Uh, I don't think that you guys watch Family Guy though, do you?
No, I do. I know it's from there.
Because he's like turning it on. He's like, tell my mom, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on. It's funny. I said that and my camera went flash. He's wanting you to hear his voice all around you. Do you have a focus, hun?
No.
Are you sure? I say, are you sure? Because the energy around you, I read for you every week. The energy around you feels kind of heavy this week. Feels a little bit, I know they're putting the white blanket around you, which is watching
Yeah.
over somebody that has health or stress issues. And I can hear it in your voice.
It's just been rough. Every year it seems, well, I can't say like every year because we're coming up on his 2 years.
Right.
It's just like last year when we were getting closer to the 1 year, like I just had emotional breakdowns, and that's how it's been lately.
Got ya. I apologize, honey. I totally forgot that we were coming up on the anniversary of his passing. I can feel it in your energy field. I just didn't understand what was going on. Now, what he's saying, this is why he's wrapping you in the white blanket, which is my sign that he's with you, watching over somebody who has this stress, right? Um, so first things first is I don't want you to try to muscle through that day. I don't want you to try to force yourself to go through that day. If you need to take the day off, make sure that you take the day off and go do something fun. Go do something on that day that is going to occupy your thoughts so you can't sit and stew. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go take go spend a night at a hotel or something that has water slides, or go take a day trip for you and Boo and say, you know what, today is the day that we're going to this place and we're going to do this stuff and we're going to have so much fun that we can't sit and mope around this, and we're going to take Timmy with us. You're going to say, Timmy, let's go with us. We're going to this. I keep seeing a lot of water, so I know Timmy likes to swim. He's a little water baby. um, Ask for the tools and supplies that you need. If you don't have the money for a hotel, then you tell Timmy, you know what, I'd like a hotel, or I'd like whatever it is. That's just an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
And watch him deliver it. But the trick is to not allow yourself to be in an energy that is going to sink you. And there's some days that are harder, or not harder. There's some days, like the date of the day that he passed away, when no matter what you do, your thoughts are going to be going to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you are doing an activity, so for example, if you're riding a roller coaster and it's dropping you 100 feet, like, or going 100 miles an hour doing flips, are you thinking about your son that passed, or are you thinking, dear God, make me live? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do something that's going to occupy your energy and your time, and invite him to come with you. He's going to send you signs and symbols that are going to be so dramatic that you will feel his presence. And slow that down to me. Because no matter what, he's going to be all around you that day. So if you sit and if you sit and mope, then you're just going to feel all of that negative energy, and that can impact you for days and weeks to come. If you try to muscle through it and force yourself to work no matter what, then you're going to be delivering to the wrong address, and you're going to have mishaps at work, and you're going to line up with everything that matches that frequency. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell work that I need 2 days off because I have 2 days. Like most people, like they only have to get one rough day of the anniversary. But I got that October 9th first
Yeah,
when the babysitter did what she did to him.
exactly. So you plan those days with Timmy. Say, okay, Timmy, you and Mommy, we're going to do something fun. I need you to help me with this. I need you to send me whatever tools or supports that I need to go do something. Plan something for you and Boo. Take them out of school for those days and go do something. Something that is fun. Something that
Yeah,
occupies your time.
I was thinking about doing we have an amusement park in Lake George and they do like Fright Fest in October. So I was thinking about us taking one of those days and doing that
One or
and
both.
ride the roller coasters.
Yeah. He does keep taking me to a hotel. Have you ever stayed in a hotel just for fun?
No, but they have an inside water park there.
That's what I'm seeing right there. He's like, one day we do this, the next day we do that. So, um, and he will be with you at that time. He keeps handing you a balloon. Watch for the balloons because he's going to send you one. Watch for all of those signs. See, as you get towards those days, as you're making plans for those days and you're telling him to send you signs and stuff to let you know that he's there, it's going to change the anxiety that you're feeling around it a little bit. It's definitely not going to take the pain away, obviously, but it's going to I guess I could say it'll lessen some of the pain in a way that will help you line up with signs that he is with you. Because if you took the day off work, for example, and went home and just spent all day crying, then you're just going to line up with a bunch of pain and anxiety. And the
Mhm.
next 2 weeks are going to be full of pain and anxiety. But as you go towards that date and you're planning and you're getting excited, and Boo's going to get excited, I'll tell you, about doing something like that, then it just lessens that energy a lot. That allows him to create um, a new routine with you, a new tradition with you.
Yeah.
But please know that he's with you, sweetie. He's just like absolutely wrapping you in big hugs.
Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely hard some days. Like yesterday, I had to work and I just emotionally wasn't even really feeling it.
yeah.
But I had to push through, and I did.
But you don't have to push through on those days, and that's the point. As he's pulling his energy back, I'm seeing grilled cheese.
I bought cheese to make grilled cheese. Did I
Today?
make it yet? Ask him.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Because when you said that, he's like, but we're hungry. See, I love that though. It's randomly specific. It's very random, but it's specific to what's going on in your world. Why? Because he is still with you, honey. He's not missing a single thing. He's lining everything up for you so you will feel his presence. Keep talking to him. He's with you. Mm. He's sending you a gift as well, and he gave you like chocolates. Did somebody give you chocolate recently?
No.
Is that code? Um, so me and my daughter, I don't have that monthly thing anymore, but me and my daughter, when I did, this whole house was surrounded in chocolate a couple of days a month. I'm not sure if he's telling you that these feelings are being intensified by the cycle and he's trying to feed you chocolate. Do you understand that?
I don't know because you remember how I told you like I went like a couple months without it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, after that, I haven't had it since. I'm hoping it's my menopause. I don't want this shit ever again.
You're too young for that yet. It's called perimenopause. So perimenopause can go on for like 10 years before menopause actually hits. Menopause is when you've gone an entire year without a cycle. But we can be in perimenopause for 10 years before we actually hit menopause. So that means that sometimes you'll only have 2 or 3 periods a year for, 4 or 5 years before finally the last one happens and you never have it again. But what happens in that when we're in perimenopause is that because we're not actually bleeding anymore, we forget that our bodies still go through these cycles, whether we realize it or not, right? Whether there's actually, whatnot happening or not, your body is still having these cycles. You will still have these emotional up and downs as well. So that I feel like that is kind of impacting, enhancing how you're feeling right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, last I haven't even checked the app because I usually track my period, but I haven't checked it. But I'm telling you, I'm seriously praying that I don't get it for the year and I'm in menopause.
I wish I could tell you that I see that, but I don't.
Fuck.
I'm sorry. He's like, not yet, mama, not yet. But you're still being influenced by the cycle. And the reason why I shouldn't say the reason why. I don't know why, but I do know that when we're in that cycle, chocolate sure makes us feel better. Well, at least
No, it
me.
does.
It's
Because
funny
I
because my
usually
daughter,
have chocolate.
yeah, my daughter used to hate chocolate her whole life until she started that. And then all of a sudden, chocolate was pretty good. And Spirit will still line me up with ideas to make sure that I have what I need when she comes home and she's in her cycle. I didn't even realize that she had her cycle. and she was at her dad's for the weekend. She's been there for a few days. And yesterday, all
Uh-huh.
of a sudden, I just had the idea to go buy chocolate cake. We all know that I'm watching my carbs and my sugar, so I can't even remember the last time I ate chocolate cake. But I went to the store and I bought a big old chocolate cake, McCain cake. I came home, I had a big piece. I left the rest in the fridge. And I'm like, here you go, gift for you when you came home. She's like, thanks, Mom. I just started my cycle. Thanks. Almost like I'm psychic and I knew. So he's telling
Yeah.
you, Mom, your feelings are being intensified because of your cycle. And I know you don't see it that way because you're not actually bleeding yet, but that doesn't mean that your body's not still having that cycle and going through some of those same emotions that are
Oh wait,
intensifying how you feel.
I think I know why you're talking about chocolate. It was
Okay.
Uncle Josh's birthday the other day and we ate chocolate cake. Sorry.
Mhm.
Brain fire on that one.
Well, two signs for that. Yes, he was there for that, but it's also his way of telling you that you are being, some of these emotions are even heavier than they normally would be because they're coinciding with the cycle and you're not putting two to two together. You're thinking it's all just your grief, but your grief is being enhanced by those emotions that come from that cycle, right? And one of
Yeah.
the ways that you can help with that is to just have a little piece of chocolate.
Yeah, he would love that.
So he's so strong that he lined you up with chocolate cake and me. And I've literally not bought chocolate cake in about 6 years. I'm a baker. I make my own cakes usually. I wasn't in the mood to make it. I just cheaped out and bought a $6.99 McCain cake.
Yeah.
So funny. I said $6.99. Your grandma's eyes went, what? She's like, in the States, that's $4, Trace. $3, $4 tops.
Yeah.
Too funny. Out here, it's 7. That's how inflated Canada is. Aw. All right, honey. They're kind of
That's
pulling their
interesting.
energy back. He's just loving you so much and he's so proud of you. And he's like, just keep taking steps forward. Keep planning something for you guys to do for those 2 days. And he's going to be there with you. I promise you. Make sense?
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. All right, you guys, I gotta go. I got dinner plans. But have an amazing rest of your week. And I will see you guys again next week. Well, you for sure. And everybody else that's watching.
Enjoy your
Bye.
steak.
Thank you. All right. Bye,
Oh
guys.
my goodness. Bye.